Good evening. Good evening. Today, I want to talk about the topic on the screen here. Cardi B, this leaked phone call. Hey, how you doing, Ro? But I'm gonna wait, until I can get some more ladies in the chat. I will keep sharing it, talking about it, and then anybody that wants to talk about it, they can come up too. Yeah, they were saying like dang, my mind just went blank. Yeah, so she was saying that she was gonna beat up Ice Spice and wasn't gonna be nobody to stop her and all of this other stuff. And I never met nobody that already got a conviction for attacking somebody want to go back to jail. Like what are you talking about? You want to go to jail? You about to have 4 kids. You want to go that's just weird to me. And you know what's even weirder is that, and cause like I'm not tripping about Cardi B, you know what I'm saying? Cardi B has always represented herself to be a hood booger, and even though she has money, that she doesn't have any sense. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why she doesn't is because she hasn't really had to pay any real penalties for since she's been a celebrity for violence against women, and she hasn't. Just like when she had that, the civil lawsuit of the black lady that said that she had said all of these things to her and spit on her or whatever. I believe that Cardi B did that. I really do. I just think that Cardi B has money. She has a social media presence, she has fame. And so, people don't believe black women at all. I'm not saying that the black woman wasn't trying to get no money, but I don't doubt for one moment that Cardi B did all of that to her. I really don't. And the thing about it is that even when Cardi B was sitting there on trial or whatever you want to call it for the civil suit, she still threw something at somebody for asking her about being pregnant while she was still pretending, knowing doggone well she was pregnant. Weird. So it's just like, but anyway, like I was saying, the weirdest thing to me is that with all the things that Cardi B has done, like as far as black women, tearing up black women, hitting black women, putting her hands on black women, disrespecting black women are still her biggest supporters. Like, she calls black women burnt roaches, all of that, and black women are still going at anybody for her. And it's just like, when have anyone seen Cardi B go hard for black women specifically? Never. And even more specifically, black American women whose culture that she's emulating. She's not imitating Caribbean culture. She's not imitating Hispanic or Latino culture. She's imitating black American culture. When have you seen Cardi B go hard for black American women? Ever? Tell me when she's talked about black femicide or black girls or black women being trafficked or the things that black women have struggled or suffered with. Have you ever seen her do that? So why is she deserving of any type of protection from black women? Matthew Wadlow, I don't even know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What you're saying doesn't even make any sense. Proud of what? Are you dumb or no? Because I don't even understand what you're saying. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, no, it doesn't matter what you're talking about, because I know whatever you're saying is going to be unintelligent and have nothing to do with nothing. Let's see. Matthew, can get what? Oh, hold on. I just brought this person up. I can't tell. What color are you? What are you white?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what the heck are you talking about? Are you talking about the culture of like white men who make up the biggest demographic of child chomos, and also the biggest culture of people that look at child abuse material, or the biggest culture of men that go to places and pew people and unalive them while they're minding their business, or the biggest culture of people that everywhere they go to colonize, all they do is ruin the culture, ruin the people, ruin the environment, or the culture of people that love to touch on animals, can't keep their private parts inside of animals, dogs, cats, and things of that nature that I'm sure you're familiar with because your mother and your father did it. That's why you're here. You're a product of a bestiality union. So once again, what are we talking about, Goofy? Huh? What culture? Your culture is the worst of the worst of the worst. And I be so tired of y'all doggone flower rangers that have so much to say about somebody's culture when y'all are the worst of the worst. Nobody likes y'all. Y'all ugly. Y'all can't stay out in the sun. Y'all don't cook well. Y'all don't wash well. Y'all don't age well. So exactly what is it that somebody should be proud of on your behalf? You're violent. You're dangerous. You literally eating people. You're cannibals. You like to have intercourse with not only animals, but also children. So really, what are we talking about, Matthew? Huh? What are we talking about, Matthew Wadlow? Like, get your goof. I don't even talk to snow roaches. I don't talk to snow roaches. The only reason why I brought you up is because to humiliate you. Now you're blocked. Goodbye. Have a great day, Matthew Wadlow. Like, like that's just like, it's so crazy, like how white people come in spaces unprovoked, like saying things like that. It's like, and that, you know what? You know how I say like a lot of black men live in delusion? I really feel like white people live in a real state of delusion about the type of people that they are and what other people of other races think when they see them. And I'm not just talking about black people either. I'm talking about any other race that is not white. Like, I think they must be unaware of what people really think, because some people really want to, what can I say? Assimilate to, like, you know, go further. So they hide their real feelings. But if you think these other people think any different of you than I do, you're crazy. But y'all just don't, I don't know if you know that or you don't know, but it's very strange. But I'm not even going to let him interrupt what we're talking about. Let me get back on what we're talking about. I just had to check him real quick because I don't understand what he was thinking. And then he had the nerve to, after I dropped him, to send me a request again. Like I was going to let him say something. Like, what? Your words have no power here, sir. So anyway, yeah, so I want to talk about number one, the Cardi B leak. Number two, black women getting on code, because it's very embarrassing to see black women constantly defend people that wouldn't spit on them if they were on fire. And this happens, like I said, Cardi B is not the only one. Black women do this to black men. They do it to white tea men. They do it to white tea women. They do it to, you know, white tea Latinas. They do it to anyone. Like, this isn't like this is just one. Black women are always defending and protecting and uplifting everybody else but each other. And, you know, and I'm not saying there aren't any black women that uplift each other, because there are, but I'm just saying it is a problem in because I only care about black women, and the fact that we will pour more into others than each other. And that's very problematic. Then number three, finally, I wanted to talk about Mona Leo, or Mona Leo, however you say it. Her new song, Sexy Sulan. And I just want to say, the Diaspora Wars is really irritating me and annoying me. The fact that this girl said in there, Black American princess, and people are over here trying to, oh, she was talking about us. Do you know how many Black people across the diaspora have songs dedicated to their own culture? When have you ever heard Black American people say, oh, Caribbean queen, that means Black American queen? If we did that, people would go crazy. I don't understand why people feel like they can disrespect us. It's nuts. But anyway, those are the three topics. Let me go over here to Gabrielle, and I'll start your timer, sis, if you have something to say.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I promise I'm not going to fall asleep on this live. I feel so.
Girl, that's fine. That's fine. I couldn't even get it through probably to the you know, in the text or whatever, the DM. Girl, when you were up here and I called your name and you didn't answer, I remember everything everybody says to me. So I remember you said that the last time that you had been working and you was tired, and I even said it on the live. I said, oh, she's probably been working, she probably dozed off. So
That's exactly what happened.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but as far as the prompt goes, I mean, to me, I think Cardi B is very male-centered. Like, I really think that. I actually kind of feel that way about Nicki Minaj. I think both just very much give me male-centered energy. But when it comes to Cardi B, like, you're right. Like, there have been so many stories and court cases of her fighting other women. But I just want to know, where is this energy for the males? Like, I know that she said some stuff about Offset or whatever, but it just seems like, to me, in the majority of cases, when you hear about Cardi B going after someone, it's another woman. It's like, I'm not even saying, oh, other women are perfect. I'm just saying, I guarantee the males that she is around are 50 times worse than probably any of these other women who might have been, I don't know, doing whatever or saying whatever about her. I know a lot of it was because she was saying, oh, these women are trying to get with my boyfriends or trying to get with Offset. But it's like, if Offset or if any other man you have been involved with was not entertaining these women, it would not matter what they were trying to do. So to me, these fights and stuff like that, it very much, to me, it's just very male centered. I mean, if I'm dating a guy, like if learn that he is entertaining other women, I'm just gonna drop the guy. I'm not gonna go to the girl's Instagram page and send her a bunch of messages. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. It's like, at the end of the day, no matter if you are in a relationship with a guy, no matter how many women throw themselves at that man, if that man is for you and loyal to you, nothing any other woman is doing is gonna matter. But I don't think Cardi B sees it that way. I do have, so I kind of do have thoughts on number two. It might, like, I don't know, it's kind of controversial, but not really. It kind of ties into politics a little bit. I promise I'm not going to go on like a political rant, but it just kind of does tie into number two. Can I still?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to preface this by saying that I do know Kamala Harris is not a black woman. I know that I think she's like a mixed race South Asian woman. I think her dad might be black. So I want to say I do know that. Like, that is factually true. She is not a black woman. The only thing is that, and we do know Janet Jackson is a black woman. So there was a thing where Janet Jackson said, oh, Kamala Harris is not a black woman, which is true objectively, but it's just the problem with that is that right-wing people during the election picked that up, and then they kind of promoted that, and then it fed into the whole thing of Trump saying that, oh, Kamala just wants to become black. And it's like, yes, objectively, it's true that she is not a black woman, but when it comes to being on code, it's not a great look to be feeding these like right-wing extremists ammunition, because look at what's happening in the country now. So like, I know it's like kind of not exactly what, I know it might be a little bit of a variation from what number two was getting on, but it's just, I do feel like if you don't like Kamala Harris, please just criticize her policies, but it's just like giving Trump and all of these like MAGA people ammunition, because I saw them online. I follow politics so closely, but they were all pointing to that Janet Jackson story of what she said about Kamala Harris. And it's like, to me, I kind of see that as like an unquote thing. Like, yes, again, I know that Kamala Harris is not a black woman. I voted for her, whatever, but she objectively is not a black woman, and that's fine. But I just feel like things that are said publicly, when there are these nuances of like politics, there has to be a certain awareness of like how that's going to be fed into, because the people like Trump and the MAGA people, they're not saying, oh, Kamala Harris isn't black they're not saying it in defense of like black women or anything like that. Like, they are saying it to advance their own agenda. So I hope that wasn't like too off the cuff, but just like seeing that story and the way that was handled, that
I feel like this. I feel like with Kamala Harris, if she would have represented herself as what she is, which is a biracial woman, instead of trying to manipulate the black community, because of course I believe that Kamala was the better choice over Trump. That's not up for debate. Okay. I don't get, too much into politics, because I find politics can divide probably even more so than religion nowadays. But I will say that if Kamala Harris wanted that to not be an issue, she should have just ran on the case of, I am a biracial woman, instead of I'm a blackity woman. With, it's not true. That gave people the opportunity to say it, because there are some people that don't use the one drop rule. It's plenty of intelligent black people that can look at her and say, excuse me, a black child doesn't come out of an Indian woman's vagina. That's just what it is. So if she had said, hey, I'm a biracial woman, I half black and half Indian, or because her father, I saw pictures of her father. He looks to be biracial to me as well. But her father may be biracial possibly, and her mother to be Indian, which would even make her even less black than even 50%, even to be considered biracial. That would even be a multiracial at that point. But regardless of that, I feel like if she had did that, they wouldn't have been able to weaponize that against her. I do feel like they would have used something else. So I don't even feel like Janet Jackson, that was a big deal. Kamala wasn't winning anyway. She wasn't. I know people wanted her to, but it was not going to happen. Period. I don't believe it. Like, Obama was there, the whole world imploded, white people going crazy, they couldn't take it. That's the reason why I feel like everything's going this far, because white people still have rage and anger at the fact that Obama, a biracial man, was in office for all of that time and was respected, and he had a monoracial, black wife.
Yeah.
So I don't think Kamala there was like literally no way. And I believe in that we live in an oligarchy. That I don't believe that I believe that they give you the illusion of a two-party system, like that you actually, that voting is going to help you choose the president, but in reality I don't believe it's going to help you. And I think that Trump being in office is just and the way he does what he does is evidence of that. But I mean, I do kind of get what you're saying, that people focused on what Janet said, but I don't think it really made a difference, was what I mean at the end of the day. And I feel like being on code, for me, at least for me personally, that's like a term I use for monoracial black women staying on code with certain behaviors and not letting other people get on. I wouldn't necessarily use that, because a fully black woman is not willing to say that this clearly not black woman is exactly that. Like I can't get behind shaming Janet for that. She just spoke the truth. Now maybe she could have kept it, behind the scenes, but she ain't lie.
No,
But
no, and I agree for sure. Because that's why I started off by saying that I do know that objectively, Kamala Harris, she is a mixed race woman. She's not a black woman. So I do agree with what you're saying. And I'm sorry if I brought, like, I promise I was not trying to make this into like a political thing. I don't know. Like, I just like seeing that get picked up by people who, I guess the best way I can put that, the people who are like amplifying what was said, they were not doing it because they care about black women. Like they had an agenda in mind that was very much anti-black women, black people. I mean, but I mean, you are right. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying, oh, Kamala Harris is a black woman, because I know she's not. But I don't know. I hope I didn't like,
No, Gabrielle. Not at all, sis. You're free to express yourself and say what you think and how you feel about anything. I mean, I feel like this, like we're all black women. You're a very intelligent woman. I respect you. I respect your thoughts and your opinion. And we may not always see things just exactly the same way or whatever. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean I'm right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that I'm wrong or you're right. It just means that we have a different viewpoint on certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you're definitely free to express yourself. I didn't see anything wrong with what you said, so I don't want you to think I feel any type of way about it. I don't. I respect everything that you said, truthfully. I really do respect you, and I enjoy hearing you speak and hearing your thoughts, like truthfully. I really mean that, so don't ever think that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I actually think some of the comments said it better than me about not letting our talking points get co-opted and misused. I think that's more of what I was getting at, but like, obviously we do know, like, this is not me being anti-Janet Jackson in any way. Like, I promised I was not trying to bash her or anything like that. I guess I was just saying, kind of like what the person in the comments said about like letting our talking points, because like when we say Kamala Harris is not a black woman, that's objectively like, there is really no way of getting around that. Whereas if someone like Donald Trump, like when Donald Trump says, oh, Kamala Harris, she became black, like when he says that, and when like his right wing, like creepy cult followers say they are doing it to push like a white nationalist, like white replacement agenda. That's what I meant more about, like not letting it get co-opted. But I mean, obviously we do know she's not a black woman, but that's all I was saying.
All right. I got you. I totally understand where you're coming from. I'll just say, not about that though. Cause somebody in the comments had asked, like what was up with Mana Leo's song. There's nothing wrong with it. I like Mana Leo's song, but I just thought that it's very to see the different takes and ideas of what people are thinking about the song is very weird to me. Like there are very few songs that specifically shout out Black Americans specifically. And the fact that people across the diaspora want to latch on to this song, when if we were to dare try to latch on to a song called Nigerian Girl, or you know what I'm saying, Caribbean Woman or whatever, that we would be shut down immediately. And I really don't understand, why is it that Black American people specifically can't have anything for themselves. But in my opinion, I actually believe the reason why that this is the case is because, I feel like Black American people are the least respected. I believe it's like on a spiritual level. I think they're the least respected because we have persevered in spite of being the cast-offs of our ancestors in our homeland, and we have managed to turn lemons into lemonade, and not only managed to do that but managed to turn our culture into one of, if the most influential culture in the world, that powers people that hate us, and they still use it. I think K-pop is a perfect example of that. I watched a whole bunch of people when I made this blackfishing video over there in India, making Punjabi rap and wearing I think that it's got to be something like that, because you can't tell people that they don't have culture and then simultaneously try to co-opt and ride the coattails of that culture. It just doesn't make any sense. And we can't have anything for ourselves. It's very strange. Like, I don't understand it. Let me block this person, David. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's very strange. Like, I don't even really know what to say. Hey, how you doing, Zora? I saw you. Yeah, what did Zora say? She said because our culture that we apparently don't have belongs to everyone else. And I actually do believe that. I believe that people look at almost Black American people as like, I believe that they look at us as less than human, everyone. And I don't mean just like white tea people. I believe even Black people across the diaspora a lot do. And when you don't have any like respect for someone, then you feel like everything that they have is up for consumption. And it's like, how dare you hold anything back from me, you filthy scumbucket. And I really do believe that that's exactly what it is. And even though it's not, the quiet part is not said out loud, that's exactly what it is. That's the same reason why somebody like Kai Cenat can say, oh, you're just a Black American. That's all you are. You don't have any culture. You don't have anything, but turn around and build a multi-million-dollar empire on riding the back of Black American culture. Not his own, period, but Black American culture. But that to me is so disgusting, how people like hate us, but simultaneously, energy vampire and siphon from the community that they despise. That stuff really make me want to go, like, honestly, off to a whole nother, forget everybody else. How because people always act like when they talk about Black people that Black people weren't tribal. There were separate entities. It almost makes me want to be like, okay, I'm not even messing with nobody else outside. But the only reason why I don't is because I've met so many beautiful Black women across the diaspora that I respect and have a lot of love and admiration for, that I don't do it. But it's very upsetting to see some of the things that are being said about this song online. Like, what I've seen wild things from Nigerians, wild things from Haitians, wild things from Jamaicans, wild things from Caribbeans. And it's like very, very upsetting to me, man. Like, I'll just be like, wow, like, really? Y'all really? I'd never in my life had this much animosity to other Black people across the diaspora. Never. I was never doing that to people, other people. I was never doing that to Nigerians. I was never doing that to Ghanaians. I was never doing that to Kenyans. I was never doing that to Jamaicans. Never doing that to Haitians. I was never doing that to no Black people. But I see that the sentiment is not returned a lot. I don't know, it's enough to make you want to go insane. Like, I don't like it, because it's like can I thought that I could trust you by looking at you and saying, oh, that's a Black woman, I can trust you. But it's like, no, do I have to run you down and be like, what are you, where you come from? You got a Black mama, Black daddy, you got two Black grandparents, two sets of them, and two sets of great grandparents too. Like, this Black, let me see, are you from here? Like, that's I don't even want to do that. It's I don't know. I don't know. It's upsetting to see, but I do think the root of it is that there's no respect for us. And I wouldn't even, y'all know what, truth be told, I wouldn't even mind if people across the black people across the diaspora and also other races didn't like black American people and they left us alone and they stayed in their own lane, they listened to their own music, they did, I wouldn't have no problems with it. I'd just be like, well, that's how it is. That's how I look at white tea people. But the fact that the people that are across the diaspora that don't like us still want to come in and they want to be it's all black when it's something that we're doing that's positive and good. Then it's, oh, we all black. Why y'all trying to separate from us? We all black. We all black. But then if it's something bad, then all of a sudden, oh no, that's black American culture. But somebody left this on my YouTube. They said that I'm glad you're making videos about black women because black American women are the worst women on the planet. They're the worst mothers. All the other black women across the diaspora are not like that. But there's something about black American women. I said, are you crazy? Why would you say that to me? Like, and why would you say that on my page? And they left, I'm talking about a long, when you see people comments and it just be like super long, I was just like flabbergasted because they were telling me in all the ways that black American women were horrible and that other black women across the diaspora were raised right. And it's just like, what? Like it just blew my mind. Like it blew me. And I told them, I said, I don't understand because they told me that they were a fan of mine. And I said, you're not a fan of me because if you were a fan of me, you would already know that this is definitely not something I would ever be on board with. After they responded to that, I didn't even read it. I just blocked them or whatever. So when you block them, I think all the comments disappear or whatever on YouTube. But that was crazy. That was crazy. And that was really, 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 really hurtful to me. And I don't know. And I saw Supervillain too. One time, Supervillain, I saw you make a comment somewhere. And you were talking about like I think it was under like some type of a video that was about like Mona Leo. And you was mentioning being like half Nigerian. And I don't know if I ever told you this, but my husband is half Nigerian too. So, but he's Americanized, like he was raised by his mom or whatever, who's a black American. But I just wanted to say, like, I understand the perspective of what you were saying. It's not my perspective, but it is, my husband's experience. So, but yeah. Did you have something you want to say, Supervillain?
Yes, that part. And yeah, we had discussed that. I think you had told me that he was more on his mom's side. I was saying, yeah, my mother is or was Black American, but I was raised on my dad's side. But it is. I've said this a lot of times. It's almost like being a mixed white and black person when it comes to that because of the culture clash. But I just want to specifically say this. It really hurt me when you said that people are saying that black women are like the worst mothers and stuff. I need to tell y'all something. And it's not just because my mother's side of the family is black. I could have not gotten through my life without black women. And it really is so freaking weird and strange to me because I've said this before 100 times. The nicest person I know is a black woman. The most intelligent person I know is a black woman. The most dependable person I know is a black woman. Like so on and so forth. And these are all different people. So these are all different black women. It's not the same black women. What black women are people experiencing? Because, and I'm not going to say I never came across a black woman that didn't get on my nerve, but that's a human thing. That's not a black woman thing. I've met white people that get on my nerves specifically, a lot of white people. Spanish, Chinese, what have you. What black women are they talking about? Because by and large, my experience with black women have been so good. Even with all the shit that we go through, I would not wake up tomorrow being nothing but a black woman. Like, I just really need to know what black women are these people running into. Because, honestly, and then it's crazy because you'll get on TikTok and you'll roll through a video where they say, "Oh, if you, I tell my child if they're ever lost, go find a black woman. Oh, you ever got a compliment from a black woman? They make you feel so good." It is so confusing. It's like one video, how much they admire things from black women, and then the next video, black women are the worst mothers. It really makes no sense. Somebody comments we're the worst mothers, but other people are saying, "Oh, if you're ever lost as a child, go to a black woman." Does that make sense? Like the math just isn't adding up. And I just really, it hurts me because I know how good black women are as a collective. And I just feel like people need to stop the cat. Like, why the smear campaign? I don't get it. What black women are y'all experiencing? First of all, in America, we're only what percent are we? 7% of the entire population. Half of that is children, so you can't be talking about little kids. Like, what black women are y'all experiencing that y'all having such a bad taste in your mouth? I really feel like it's this propaganda. I'm sorry, especially with black men, because there's no way y'all meeting black women in real life and feeling this way. I just don't believe it.
I mean, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Like I did hair for years. And my main clientele was black women and black girls. And the majority of black women that I serviced, I had a couple problems with a couple, but the majority of the experiences were great. They tipped me good. We had good conversations. I also traveled to people's homes. So they'll like cut on the TV for me, give me some food, do all of that, and have a great time. So I really don't know. I never had any black women try to, snake me and not pay me or nothing like that. Like I don't understand it either. And the crazy thing is that I didn't just do black American women here. I did black women, period. African black women, Haitian black women, Jamaican black women, everybody. So I don't know. I don't know. That's how I feel like there's got to be somebody ain't telling the truth about something. What's going on in the comments, you guys? And this person here, what's your name? Janisa? Janisa, I'm not quite for sure like what your problem is. You were in the comments talking about the one drop rule, and then you said that you stopped listening to Black American music because of how we feel about you. What are you talking about? I don't even know like what ethnicity and nationality you are. What are you talking about? Like, this is very strange to me. Like, it's very weird. And if you don't like this or you feel like somebody is feeling some type of way, why are you in here still commenting? That's like, I don't know. It's very weird. Like, are you like trying to be funny or what? Like, it's very, very, very strange. Like, nobody, I know I have a lot of black women that I talk to that aren't just American black women. Okay. So I would never sit there and say, all whatever women of another type of, nationality are bad, or another black woman across the diaspora, they're all this or that way. I would never say that. So I'm never saying that. I've never, ever had anything like that come out of my mouth regarding black women, period. So I don't even understand what you're trying to say, because whatever you're trying to put on me is not something that I said, like at all. Like I don't understand what you're saying. This is so weird. I don't know if y'all know, I had a live earlier where for anybody that didn't know, where this dude was talking mad stuff earlier today. I don't know what's up with getting these weirdos and that's just being in my chat. Like, what be wrong with y'all? Like, I don't, it's very, very strange. And I really am starting to see that we actually really do have a literacy problem in America. Because some of y'all, I will say something and you will think the opposite of what I said. But the only way that you would look at it on the opposite end, which is the wrong way, is if you were a complete idiot. Respectfully. So I don't even know if you're doing it on purpose or if it's just that like you really don't understand. Like, it's strange, but I'm gonna go ahead and block Janisa because she can't even come up. She doesn't have the follower count or whatever to get in the box. So at this point, she's an agent of chaos, in my opinion. Because why are you not? You have 4,000 plus followers. Why can't you come in the box? Why is the invite button not on? Like, join, send me a request if you can. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to send me a request. 5. And that's it. That's all you get. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The last time, well, what is it? Last time going 1. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and block you, Janisa. You have a great day. But I certainly didn't say anything that you said. Okay. Like I said, I have far too many black women that are across the diaspora that I respect and really like. I would never. Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead, Gabrielle. Oh, go.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Was trying to. Okay.
Oh, is it okay for me to?
Yeah, I saw you in the
Okay.
comments. Go ahead, sis.
Oh, okay. I was just wanted to say, I think you made a really, really great point about the literacy rate. I do think that is at the core of not even just like trolls who come in your chats, but just like what you were saying about how you said on one of your YouTube videos there was a woman who claimed to be a fan of yours, but then she was trashing Black American mothers. I really do think the low literacy rates are a microcosm of so many issues. Because like there has been a study that shows 54% of American adults cannot read above a sixth grade level. Like they cannot read above a middle school reading level. They just can't do it. And I think of those who struggle with literacy, I think it's roughly about 20% who are functionally illiterate. So it's like when you take all that into account, of course they're not going to they probably don't even know like what a diaspora is. They probably think that's like medicine or something. But I really do think that is at the core of, a lot of the things you're talking about. Like even I don't know, like even Cardi B, like I'm sorry, and I'm genuinely not trying to be funny when I say this, but she does not strike me as an intelligent person. Just the way she speaks, the way she carries herself, just I don't know. But I do think there's a crisis of, in America, rising anti-intellectualism, low literacy rates, and there are all these reports that are saying that even kids who are, growing up in schools, a lot of them are not able to read at their respective grade levels, and so that's going to impact like even just their ability to listen to this live or to what you're saying or to what you're saying in your YouTube videos. Like they're just not going to understand it. So, and unfortunately I don't know what the solution is, but I do think low literacy is at the crux of a lot of what you're talking about. But I just wanted to throw that in there.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you, Gabrielle. Hey, supervillain, did you have anything to say real quick?
I'm gonna yield my times. Looks like something more important is at base, so I yield.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I see something going on in the comments with I think LaBelle and Zora. I didn't because the comments are going and I sometimes I don't would like not read them because I might look at whoever's talking like I was looking at Gabrielle's bubble while she was speaking. Can if Zora, if you'd like to come up, I can add you up, but I don't know what's going on here. I guess I'll let LaBelle, you can go ahead first since you're already up here.
Yeah, hi Triggered. Thanks for
Hey.
bringing me up. Yeah, there's a lot of hostility towards me in the comments because I haven't been in the live that long. So I came in when you were describing, I guess, how you were feeling about I guess whatever was happening. So I went in the comments and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, what happened? It's not sounding too good. Is there a diaspora war again happening? Because those constantly happen on this app. Like people go back and forth all the time. So I was asking to find out what you were talking about because I just got in. And then all of a sudden I'm a pick me. And then I also had added that, I try my best to always be encouraging to AA women because, America has shown that they have disdain and hate for them. And then because I said that, I'm a pick me. Like, I just really feel like a lot of the time when people are in these comments, like they interpret whatever they want to interpret, but I don't really have anything to prove to people. It's just really kind of weird when someone is coming in alive and they're trying to figure out what is going on. And then I'm met with hostility. Like, that's actually crazy to me because that's not how I roll. Gabrielle is one of my mutuals. That's actually one of the main reasons why I've started coming to the live to begin with. And I've never been like that. And it's actually really hilarious when we're talking about, being cool with everybody. And then this is what's happening in the comments. So that's
Well,
basically what is going on.
okay, LaBelle. Okay, well then I'll let Zora speak. Maybe you guys just got your wires crossed or whatever. I'll let Zora speak, and then maybe you guys can come to understanding. You want to speak, Zora? You there, sis?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hey, Chuck, hey, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah, kind of retelling history. Um, can you rise on it too? She's asking. But she's getting to 3 or 4 of us in the comments don't know that we're across the diaspora. First of all, I'm Black American, so what's up? Straight up, just like that. Second of all, she came in here on some passive aggressive stuff. Like you're sharing your experiences. No, sir, it's not a diaspora war. You're talking about anti-Black American. That's what you're talking about, and that deserves to have its own category. I'm gonna turn my headphones off. You can't hear me. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay. It was
Yeah,
just, it was
I can
like
hear you.
it was given disingenuous. It was definitely hierarchy. If you don't know what's going on and you sit around and figure out, don't ask stupid baiting questions. Is there a diaspora war going on? It's not a diaspora war. She's addressing anti-Black American rhetoric. And I'd be in all kind of spaces with all kind of black women specifically, ready to swing when you swinging on a Black woman. I'm not saying I'm swinging on you. I'm saying I be in literal different spaces. So it's just, and then to say, oh, I like to help. Ask who is you? What is you talking about? So that's all. So I was just like telling her not to like diminish your experience by asking pick me type of questions. I can tell the kind of flattening that experience into, oh, it's a diaspora wars. What are you talking about? Like, just listen in, chill out, and then you start attacking, people in the comments. So that's it. It's nothing. It's not even that deep.
I didn't
Watch your tone.
attack
Watch how you move. Like,
anybody.
don't be like
I
that.
didn't,
Don't
no,
be a
no, no,
victim.
no, because that's your interpretation. We don't know each other here. I literally just came in. So who is you to tell me how to move either? I was asking questions to know. Now all of a sudden I'm a pick me.
Told you. So what's up now? I did tell
There
you.
is
So
no
now what's
what's
up? You're the
up.
one who
There
came
is
up
no
here and
what's
brought it up
up.
here,
There
and you
is no
started
what's
fighting
up
other people in the
because you're not
comments.
gonna bait me
So
into
like,
having an
so
argument for no
you're the one who came up
reason.
here to share your
I was not the
interpretation. I
one
didn't even need
being
to do this.
attacked in the I
I'm
was the one being
cool.
attacked in the comments.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
what
a
are you
clock it
talking
every time.
about?
So now
You're
what?
telling me what's up as if like
Look at
I'm
your
gonna fight you
energy.
through the screen.
Look
Be
at your
so
energy.
for
You seem like
real.
you're trying to fight your phone or eat it or something.
No,
Are
I'm
you
not.
hungry?
No, I'm not. Like
Okay,
at
well
the
bring
end of
it
the
down
day,
then.
if you're trying to fight somebody, fight someone else. This
Me?
is misdirected anger.
Who
Find
sounds
somewhere
angry though?
else to
Me or
put it.
you?
Don't put it on me.
Are you calling me an angry
Do
Black
not
woman?
put it on me. Do not put it on me. Because I didn't do
I
nothing to
addressed you in
nobody
the
in
comments, and then
here.
you
No, no,
started
no,
trying to
no,
swing on other
because of
people in the
how you addressed me
comments.
in the
So
comments.
it's this
Because I didn't
interpretation is not
disrespect
mine alone.
anybody.
So now
I
what?
asked if there was a diaspora war because
You sound like you're not doing well right
that's
now.
usually what they're talking about
Okay,
Bring
you
that
when this
guys.
cortisol
rhetoric
down.
comes up.
Okay, I gotta interject here, you guys. Because I don't want you guys to argue out. Of course, I want to say I respect you guys both as Black women, and of course, I ain't your mama. Who am I at the end of the day? I don't I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to control y'all or silence y'all or anything like that. I'm not. I just don't want to see y'all argue. You know what I'm saying? I get what LaBelle's saying, and of course, I get what you're saying, Zora. You come in here a lot. I respect your thoughts and your perspective. I've already told you that, behind the scenes. I think you're a very intelligent woman. I really do. But I also understand what you mean. I think that right now, with a lot of discourse, especially with Black American women, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot of dirt being thrown, and I'm definitely not saying that you're doing it, LaBelle. I don't want you to take it that way, but I'm just saying a lot of things goes on, and I think that now it's just like, you know people are sensitive about certain things because doggone it, it's a lot going on, and I see it too, and it's crazy because I don't, like I said, I see it from everybody. I be in so many spaces where, like, let me just say this, okay? This is a little bit off the topic, but this is I grew up around a lot of white people. I grew up around white people, Black people, Hispanics, white Hispanics, all of that. And I, for a long time in my younger years, I didn't realize, like, how racist, like, people could be or things like that. I didn't know. And as I, got more educated on Black history, when I attended college and in high school and things like that, and then the things that my father would tell me once I got old enough to where he felt like I could handle it. And, it was a tough pill to swallow. But nothing more tough was to swallow as to when I started getting on social media. And I saw how much white people would just get straight ignorant and hate black people, like, and say crazy things about black people wildly. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that white people was out here hating us to this degree. And then as I got more and more on social media, I saw that black people that look just like me across the diaspora hated me too. I remember, I would never forget this. This is when I had like a super awakening. It was on Facebook, back when I used to be on Facebook heavy. There was, because I don't be on Facebook no more, but when I used to be, they were having a discussion. It was black people across the diaspora about cooking. And everybody was talking about how black American food was nasty. Don't nobody want no slave food. And all I saw was Haitians, Jamaicans, Africans coming in there, all joining together like Voltron to talk about how bad black Americans were, and they sucked and their food was nasty and it was slave food. I was flabbergasted. The slander. That's when that was actually what opened my eyes. I was like, wow. We not all black? Like I didn't. So I just see more and more every day. So I do understand why, if you are, it's like so many people when they talk about, like, submission and passport bros and stuff like that. You know how many comments I've seen from, black women across the diaspora and say, oh, y'all can come over here because it's the black American women that's the problem. I'm talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of comments that I've literally seen from. So I think that to not understand why black American women specifically may feel some type of way is maybe to be not really empathetic towards the situation of black American women specifically. And I can only speak about things from my lens because I'm a black American woman. So I wouldn't dare try to speak on, an African woman's experience or, a Haitian woman's experience or whatever, because that wouldn't be right for me to do. But I'm saying it is rough. It is rough, and it's a lot to see. And it's a lot of slander. It's a lot of degradation that you're exposed to all the time, especially if you're on social media. It's really, really bad. And it actually can really mess with you, because I think everybody knows that I believe in God, I'm a Christian or whatever. And for the life of me, I be trying to not really have a super disdain for white people and people that spit on my people daily, of other races too, not just white people. And it is a daily struggle, because it be making me feel like I'm about to just explode into like a ball of hatred, because it's like, bro, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all we don't even be bothering nobody. It's really, really rough. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a struggle. That's all I'm gonna say. So but I respect both of you guys. I respect y'all opinions and stuff like that. And I ain't want y'all to think I'm trying to interject on y'all and tell y'all what to do, because I am not. I was just trying to, I just didn't want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, have a negative interaction.
No, Zuri she was getting into maybe 3 or 4 people in here. So.
Okay, well, you can go ahead, Zuri, if you have something to say.
Okay, well, I'm from the UK and I'm a continental African myself, right? And the reason why I went after LaBelle is because she was separating herself from AA women or BOK American women, which as a BOK woman, why would you do that in the first place? You want to speak life into
Where did
BOK
I say
American
that?
women?
Where?
Scroll up, lady, scroll up. And then you said why am I arguing with you? You didn't address why I asked you why you would say that statement in the first place.
Did I say that? I said I was
LaBelle, hello. 3 other people got on your ass for that statement. It wasn't just me. Okay, so you did say that. Instead of you being like, okay, I apologize for separating myself as a BOK woman from Black American
myself
women.
how?
It'd be another thing.
Where did I say that? Why? Because I said when I said
when you're
saying
when you're sitting here,
you gotta let Zuri finish, and then
because
you can go ahead.
When you're saying, oh, I'm speaking life into BOK women because everyone hates them, lady, they hate all of us. It's not just BOK American women. What are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about, the separation, because the stereotypes of quote unquote Black American women is applied to all of us. So what are you talking about here? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you were trying to separate yourself, nothing more, nothing less. And people addressed you in the comments. And then you came up here making it seem like that was not the case. That's all I have to say, Hose. And then she was going back and forth with Zuri.
I'm going to go ahead and explain that, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm not separating myself. Me saying, hey, I showed them love because that was a general statement that I made. And the reason I made that statement is because I'm not specifically AA. There are specific things that AA women are attacked for. So that's why I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't like to add to that. That's not me othering myself. I'm very aware about my blackness. Like I'm very aware about that. I know what I look like. You're not gonna sit there and tell me that I'm separating myself. If you guys took it as if I said, "Oh my God, I'm not like that. I'm not like them. I'm better than them." Like that's what you guys were interpreting it. When all I said was, you know what? The hate is real. The hate is real. I'm not AA. I don't even live on AA soil. So that's why I said what I said. A lot of people were misinterpreting what it is I was trying to do because I came in on the comments that Triggered was making. I was going off of what Triggered was saying. So when I asked, I'm like, hey, is this like another diaspora thing going on? I thought she was making comments off of something that happened that I didn't know happened. I came in the live. I didn't know what was going on. So that's why I was asking questions in the comments. And then everyone started attacking me. I'm like, I'm
Nobody attacked
flabbergasted at
you.
this point. That's
what I mean,
actually
Joyce.
crazy.
Okay.
Look, I'll be very honest with you. I see these lives all the time where BOK American women make, they talk about the diaspora, and I don't feel quote unquote targeted like, oh, this is a diaspora, because I know exactly what is going on. Do you understand? She's still separating herself, but it's fine. If you get it, you
No,
get it.
I'm not. I
Okay,
was
you guys,
asking a
just a second, you
question.
guys. I think Gabrielle said that she had something to say, and then I'll go to Chilotam because I don't think she had a chance to speak yet.
Yeah, I really did just want to weigh in on this. I just want to say that I really don't think LaBelle was doing what some of the other ladies in this live think she was doing. Like I am mutuals with LaBelle because I found her in like another live of another Black woman content creator who's very much pro Black woman, and so I genuinely do not think LaBelle was doing what some of the other ladies in here think she was doing. I did see that LaBelle came in about like maybe 20 or 30 minutes after I did, and I really do think it just came from a place of her asking questions. I have been in this live pretty much since it started, and I really just did not get the vibe that she was, othering herself from American BLK women. So I do, in a lot of ways, think this is like a misunderstanding. But like I said, as someone who has come across LaBelle in another live, like that's how she and I are following each other. I really don't think she was, doing anything malicious or, trying to say, oh, well, I'm not like them like that. I really don't think she was doing that. And I just think this whole thing is like a huge misunderstanding. I just had to say that because I have seen her. Yeah, okay, so in the comments said she literally said she's not African American. How is that othering herself though? Like, I really hate to bring up the like what I was saying about earlier about the low literacy rates in America, but seriously, just because she says she's not African American, that doesn't mean that she is somehow speaking down about African American women. Okay, I really think this is being misinterpreted. Like I said, I've been in other lives with her multiple times way before this live. How do you not understand that just because someone says they're not African American, just because someone asks a question about the diaspora wars, that doesn't mean they're automatically speaking about African American women in a degrading way. Like I do feel like she is being unfairly ganged up on here. I really, really do. And if I didn't
Ganged up is crazy.
If I did not feel that way, I would just say that. I'm just saying, as someone who has interacted with her and spoken with her in multiple lives, with the other live belonging to another content creator who's very much pro-Black woman, then, I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying. But just because she asked it,
I'll give you like another 30 seconds, and then I got to get up there to Chilotam. She hasn't had a chance to talk yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wrap it up. I'll say just because she says that she is not African American, the tone in which she was speaking matters. And like I said, she was not saying what a lot of the other ladies in this chat think she was saying. And unfortunately, I don't know why you're saying watch your mouth. Like, this is what I mean when I talk about the low literacy. It's like there are people who will literally read a comment and not understand what the person is saying. And that's just one of the unfortunate things about the direction America is going. But I will, let Chilotam go and not filibuster. So thank you for giving me
Passive aggressive.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right. I'm going to go up here, to Chilotam. I'll give you 2 minutes, sis. Cause I got to go down there to Supervillain cause she said she has something to say. Go ahead, Chilotam. And hey, how you doing?
Hi, Trig. I'm doing good, thank you. I wanted to weigh in on the whole thing that's happening right now. I think I personally can understand where LaBelle is coming from. For instance, I'm Nigerian, but I live in America. So when it doesn't, I don't know how to say this. Like, it's not, I don't think it's a matter of othering yourself. It's like, because sometimes I don't like to refer to myself as Black American or African American, not because I think it's a bad term. I have no problems with it, but I just don't want to I don't want to like insert myself into a culture that I wasn't raised in, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a respect thing rather than a no, I'm not like them thing. Now, of course, like when I walk on the road, if I don't talk to somebody, because my accent is usually what gives me away, if I don't talk to somebody, of course, they're going to think, I'm Black American or African American. And I have no issues with that as well. But I just wanted to say that since I have just a minute left, I will say that when it comes to the whole thing with the diaspora, I think of it, and this is not me supporting what people do, but I think of it like where I'm from, we have like, let's say over 200 or no, 200 is too small, over 300 ethnic groups or tribes. And we have infighting amongst those ethnic groups and tribes. Mind you, like we are all the same race, okay? The country is 99.9% Black, but you still see people having tribal wars, and it gets really bloody to the point where like they don't even want certain people from certain ethnic groups to vote in elections. It's the same thing when you go to some places in Europe. I think some places in Italy, when you see they are so, I don't know if the word is racist, right? Because they're all of the same race, but you will see two villages just not liking each other because way back when, during the like maybe 100 years ago, two people bumped into each other and they started fighting, until today that's why they don't like each other. So when it comes to the diaspora thing, I think I don't know how to say this in a way that is not going to sound bad, but it's best to not put all your how do you say it now, like all your faith in people and say, oh no, we're all Black. Yeah, we're all Black. Like I see it that way. I don't have a problem getting along with people who are not from where I'm from, like when it comes to being Black. But it's just that those same people don't even like people of the same race in their own countries. So and I understand that there is a coordinated, quote unquote, attack against Black American women as well. I try to, dissipate topics like that when they come up so people don't say ignorant things around me. But I just wanted to kind of add to the conversation with regards, how they also see people of the same race in their own countries. So yeah, I'll yield. Thank you.
All right. I got you, Chilote. Let me go down here to Supervillain.
Ooh, I was trying to hold this in so bad. So, Trey, this is what I mean about even in childhood growing up. Could you imagine family functions? This is literally a family function going on right now. Me growing up as a child. It is literally feeling like you're a mixed child almost because of the cultural differences. I want to say to LaBelle and to Zora, I respect both of y'all. I really feel this was a misunderstanding. I'm not going to lie. 3 people came at LaBelle when she made her comment. When she was making her comment, she was distinguishing that she is not of African American descent, but she is a person that cheers for Black women, because we understand you can be Black and not be African American. You can be Black and be Jamaican. You can be Black and be African. You can be Black and be Caribbean, what have you. She wasn't othering herself of not being Black. She just was saying that she's one of those Black people who are not of African American descent, cheering for Black women, because we were I think we were coming off the tail end of number 3, Trig, when you were saying like you don't understand why people were mad about the music when like Nigerians have their own songs dedicated to their own people, Caribbean people have their own songs. We were coming off the tail end of that, and she had just came in. I'm gonna say this again, not that I have any authority whatsoever. I don't claim to be on no soapbox or master or what have you. But I definitely, I just want y'all to know, things like this is literally my childhood. My mom's side and my dad's side, the disrespect, the cultural clashes. But I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. We are more the same than we are different. However, it's okay to gatekeep. I think it was a huge misunderstanding. And then comment, especially when you're commenting and not actually talking to each other, it goes further. But we can patch it up, we cannot patch it up. I really feel like it was a huge misunderstanding. Again, I think me, Gabrielle, and a couple of people were here from the beginning. Maybe a lot of y'all didn't come in from the beginning and knew the nuance of what was going on. I think LaBelle actually did the right thing and asked what was going on when she came in instead of making a comment off what she just heard. She literally asked what's going on in this diaspora war. And I know what she's talking about. I've been in a lot of those lives and it's very uncomfortable. I just want to say I feel like it was a huge, huge misunderstanding. This is something we can get over. It doesn't even have to be that serious, y'all.
It's not that serious. Can I speak, Trig?
Oh
Or
yeah. I was just about to ask you. Let me set your timer too, Zora. Go ahead, sis.
it's not that serious, but it's not a misunderstanding. So we know what microaggressions are when white people do it, right? We know that when men come in here talking about gender wars, nobody's irritated by somebody talking about a gender war when BOK women are responding to literal harm done by men, and men come in here and say gender war. I didn't even come at her and attack her. That's a microaggression. I asked her war ? Four other people had an issue with the tone of the way she said it. We're not talking about the actual literal words. We're talking about what's underneath the words. You don't speak life into anybody unless you're above them, number one. Two, I was detecting this kind of collapsing of the issue. Because right now, if we were talking about issues of Black Americans being xenophobic, then we're going to stand on business on that, right? But that's not what we're talking about. So it's not a diaspora war. Is you good or whatever the thing was. I'm asking questions too. So there's a difference between coming in and not knowing what's going on and trying to see and reading the room. And to be honest, as Black women, we know what shade is. So we don't even have to write it down and say this and that. I saw what I said. I had a question about, don't ask baiting questions. Maybe 3 or 4 other people were responding to her, so they got the same impression. And there was several conversations going on. It didn't even have to come up on here for me. I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. I wanted to listen in. I can contribute to the prompts. But like all the extra energy is because I think it's actually what it literally is. And then the kind of like I've experienced, Black Americans can get down like this too, but I've experienced often this kind of, I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but like this kind of hierarchy, kind of like, Miss Ann type of energy from thinking you can just throw some shade and then hide your hands and it's giving Karen. So I don't like it. And I didn't even really, it wasn't even like, I wasn't even the one really swinging that hard, to be honest. But, anytime you invite me up, Trig, it's, I'm coming up. So that's it. That's all it is. It's not a big deal, but it is what it is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, all right, I got you, Zora.
Can I also go afterwards? Because I'd like to say my final piece because everyone was also talking.
Yeah, just a minute here. I wanted to address somebody in the comments. 'Cause I had a question. Miss Toya Berry, are you said that Gabrielle makes ignorant stereotypes about AAs? When did she do that? Have you seen her doing that somewhere else? Or are you saying that she did it here? Or are you saying that she's doing it now? Because that's a question that I have. I want to know. Because I never asked you your nationality, but Gabrielle, but I'm confused. Like, I don't even know what's going on at this point.
Yeah. Can I respond, Triggered? Is that okay? Or
I mean, yeah. You can respond before LaBelle because that was about you.
Yeah, so and ironically, I know I have set the literacy rate thing like 50 million times, but it is crazy. So that woman, what was her name, who said Gabrielle makes ignorant stereotypes about African Americans? First of all, no, I didn't. I said that 54% of American citizens, that is the collective of people in America, cannot read above a 6th grade level. That is not an ignorant stereotype. That is literally factually based. There is a study that shows that. If you Google that, you will see that has been on the record for a few years now. Ironically, that statement from Miss Tonya Berry, or whatever her name is, that proves my point. This is why I was saying the people who were attacking LaBelle, who automatically assumed that just because she asked a question about diaspora wars, that she was somehow doing it with malicious intent or trying to other herself. This is what I'm talking about. Even that person who read what I said, that 54% of Americans can't read above a 6th grade level and assume that I was making ignorant stereotypes, that is a literacy and reading comprehension issue. It is a fact. It is on the record. It has been shown in studies that most people in this country don't read at proficient levels. of roughly about 20% of people in this country are functionally illiterate. And so illiterate people, yeah, Kelly, I'm saying you're illiterate. Everything you're saying, you're not following the conversation. You're not able to keep up with what I'm saying. You make these insane assumptions about LaBelle. Respectfully, none of that indicates someone who has high literacy skills who's capable of following a conversation. It's just insane to me. This is why I have keep going back to the anti-intellectualism crisis. And ironically, even the people who are sending me these messages and, trying to, come at me like they are ironically proving my point. Okay. If you don't believe me, please Google that study. I promise you it's going to show that 54% of Americans in the United States do not read above a sixth grade level. And, as long as that is the case, and as long as there is, a growing culture of anti-intellectualism, we're going to keep seeing stuff like this. I almost don't even know what to say, but I mean, yeah, I do think the people who are attacking me in the comments, and honestly, the people who just jumped on LaBelle and said, oh, you're othering yourself. You're saying that you're better than, African-American women. I think they genuinely believe that. I don't think they're just making that up, but I think it's wrong, but they genuinely believe that because they just are not able to comprehend, which is an intellectualism and reading comprehension and literacy issues. So I'll just land there because I'm really not trying to filibuster, and I have so much respect for the host and I love her space. But yeah, it's a huge problem.
Okay, all right. Gabrielle. I'm kind of a little bit at a loss of words because I really didn't intend this live to go this way. I thought we could key about Cardi B and her crash out, and then we could kind of talk about how we can get more Black women to be on code. But I just wanted to ask, I think everybody said where they're from. Gabrielle, are you a Black American or?
Yeah, I'm a Black American. I was born in Michigan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yep.
Parents are from?
Yes, both of my parents are American citizens who were born in this country. But that none of that negates the fact that 54% of Americans can't read above a sixth grade level. I promise if you Google that study.
This is very classist. Like, who are you to call people illiterate or they have a lack of comprehension?
Argue with the analyst.
I'm not, excuse me, I'm not even an American. So you bringing that up is a form of like.
It said American citizens.
But you said no, I'm not actually. I literally when I came up here, I said I was a
You said you're not an American citizen, so leave her alone. We're talking about.
You're not even.
That is crazy.
No, because this is a Black woman conversation across the diaspora. That's why we're having the conversation, because of what you just said about
to validate Gabrielle by asking her what her heritage.
No, you told her to be. I thought you told her to leave her alone.
But
so I'm like, but she can talk.
But that's crazy because y'all just asked what Gabrielle is.
No, because
if Gabrielle said she was a Black American, what was going to happen?
Hold on, you guys. Okay, so I just want to say, because I asked Gabrielle where she was from or or whatever. I wasn't trying to ask that to then beat her down into the ground or anything of that nature. That wasn't my intention. For me, like I said, I can't speak for nobody else, but I just want to say that was not my intention. I only asked to get clarity on exactly what was going on. That way I can know where everybody's coming from, their perspective. Like Zuri said where she was from. I already know where Zora's from. Chilotam has said it on multiple occasions. I know LaBelle has said it. I definitely know Supervillain has said it. So I knew where all of you guys' perspectives might possibly be going. The only person I didn't know was Gabrielle. So that's the only reason why I was asking. I promise y'all, for me personally, I wasn't asking to be funny or to invalidate her or to say, shut up, yo, you can't say nothing because of this, that, and the third. So I just want that to be clear here. I was not trying to do that. At least me. So I just want to make sure you know that.
Yeah, I know.
I was.
No, I know, host. Like, I definitely didn't think you were, meaning anything by it. But yeah, I am an American citizen. My parents are American citizens. My grandparents, like great-grandparents, were slaves here. So yeah, I'm definitely from America. But I think that when people heard me say that 54% of Americans can't read above a sixth grade level, that they somehow thought that meant I was not American, which is a very strange.
That's not what we're talking about. You said that people that are attacking Belle can't read or have comprehension skills. I'm one of the people that attacked her. So you're saying that I can't read or I can't comprehend. You see where I'm going with this?
you did
So
you
her
you
bringing up the
I'm
American
saying that
statistics,
your
if
comprehension
you want
skills
to,
are
oh my God,
struggling
see, here we
because
Yeah,
go.
but that's
How
an
do
insult.
you
I hate this like
see?
classism
And
shit. It's an
this is
insult. It's an
classism. This is pure
insult. It's an insult,
classism.
and it can be an insult because
It's
you
a
are from a
fact.
different country trying to insult
well, you
America.
know,
So it could
To be
be
fair, Gabby
Someone
it could
talks
be an
about
insult
because
because
literacy
you're
you're
rate
from
every
you're
single
American,
without
day.
pictures
Like
and
she does it every day. It's on
or
YouTube.
it could be
this
an
is
insult
insane.
because you're
It's
an
not an
American,
insult to
but I'm
y'all.
addressing
Gabby
it.
talks
But
about
I'm addressing
literacy
it,
rate
super
every
villain. But
day.
I'm
It's
addressing
on
it right
YouTube.
now though. And it didn't even have to go this way, but like we're not gonna pretend
But
that it's
y'all
not some
making the
Karen
literacy rate
behavior.
about
And
you.
we're gonna
It's
call it
not specifically
classism
behavior. So
about.
and
if
it's
someone
gonna be what it
Okay,
disagrees
you
with you,
is.
they
guys. All
can't
right.
read.
Okay,
She can
so
speak for her.
here.
If
Well, I'm
someone
sorry, you guys.
disagrees with you, they can't read. That's
Hold on.
imperative.
Okay, what we're gonna do is, okay, I see what I got to do here. I want everybody to be able to get out their thoughts. And then we'll move forward. Okay, so I'm gonna go from the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna go from Q, whoever this person is, and then we're gonna go to the bottom. And I give all of you guys 2 minutes,
I
and
was
then
actually waiting, triggered, because
we'll
you told me to wait after Gabrielle.
okay. Then I can give you your 2 minutes now. Okay, you can go ahead, LaBelle. Go ahead. You
So I just think it's kind of wild how everyone is interpreting what I asked for me. All of the things that Black women don't like to be done. Tone policing is happening here. Cutting people off is happening here. All of the things are actually happening that we always complain about. I just feel like, imagine me coming. This is probably my third time in your live actually triggered. And that's why I kept coming back, because I enjoyed it. Imagine me othering myself, thinking I'm better by going to a live of someone that I know is Black American. Does that make sense to people? That's actually crazy. I'm so glad that at least Gabrielle stood up and said that's not what it was, because I can say something and five other people can have a completely different interpretation. When I came in, you were literally pouring out your heart about how, you were like, I can't believe people would say stuff like this. You talked about a comment that was actually crazy. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound good. Is it a diaspora war? I thought that's where your comments were coming from. That's why I asked that question. So I'm just so confused about where the shade was. Like, I didn't come on some shade stuff. Like, I asked questions because I was lost, but I was hearing the comments. So I'm like, okay, let me ask in the comments what's going on, so someone can bring me up to speed, because I just got here. And then all of a sudden I'm getting, oh, be direct. What are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know how I was being indirect. And then it's also passive aggressive. Like someone just called me a Karen. You basically called me a white woman on here. But like, we're supposed to
okay?
all be Black and we're supposed to all be the same. But clearly we're not. Like, if you're not understanding where someone is coming from, the thing is, you just
I'll give you
ask.
1 more minute.
Yeah, so that's really what I'm where I'm coming from with this is, like, I really enjoyed your topics and your lives, and I just thought, okay, maybe you were discussing something that happened. So I came in and I was asking just to get some like context, and then I get attacked for it. And then I just feel like it's very misdirected, and I can definitely hold space about how certain things are very sensitive for specifically Black American women and how they get treated, et cetera, et cetera. That's where my comment was coming from. When I'm like, hey, I'm not XYZ, but I do my best to encourage. I never said speak life. I said I was trying to encourage African American women because America hates them. And part of the reason why I said that is because I've seen it on this app where people have had breakdowns and are crying about what is going on. It's not me othering it. I know for a fact that it can also happen to me, but I was just making sure that people knew that, hey, not everybody is, coming for their necks like that. Like, some of us actually do support each other. And that's actually also how I met Gabrielle, through another African American or Black American creator, and we get along just fine. So
Okay.
I just feel like this was actually very disappointing about all of the things that Black women complain about were done to me, and I was just trying to get context.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, LaBelle, and I I understand your perspective. I will say, just to address like a couple things that you said, like you said, are we, like we're supposed to be all the same? I don't think that we're all the same, as Black women across the diaspora. I don't think that we're all the same, but I do think that we have a common thread of being Black women, and living in this world. And there are commonalities in our experiences, but there are also differences as well. So I think that sometimes some of the differences may be, something that you may say, maybe because I'm not in your mind, maybe you didn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it came off that way. And I'll say that, if it came off that way to maybe one person, maybe you could chalk it up to that person is just bugging out. But if there's multiple people that felt that way, then maybe it's just a situation of, some people might hear something and they might just brush it off and say, whatever, or they might not look at it that way. But then there might be some more people that may look at it in a certain type of way. And I just think that's the situation. I'm not here to beat you down and into the ground or dust or anything at all. I just think that it was just probably just like maybe what you said affected some people one way, and then other people might not have took it that way. And I don't think either response is wrong, because we will have clashes. I want you to know that I don't want you to stop coming around. I think that, we'll all have, sometimes we'll have bumps, and we'll have, friction, but I do think that, like I say all the time, I don't want to sound like somebody granny, but I hope that, we all don't got to be besties, but I do hope that we can have, debates. We can have discourse. We can have somebody that says they don't like this, or you say you don't like that. And then at the end of the day, we can respect those differences. Even if you don't necessarily like that person, we can still come in and hold space and have, discussions and, and dare I say, debates about these things, and enjoy them and keep it moving. So like I said, I respect all of the ladies on the panel. I'm not trying to say nobody's wrong or right. And, of course I have my own thoughts about this whole thing, but, I am the host, and I don't want people to feel like I'm, trying to, what I mean? It's a touchy thing when you're the person that's hosting a live. So I don't want anyone to feel like, because I believe a certain way, now I'm going to try to silence you or make you be quiet. So I'm purposely staying neutral. So I want everybody to know that I respect every last person up here. Of course, there are people that come around a lot more, and I see them a lot. So I built like a very, deeper rapport with them. But like I said, I respect all of y'all. So that's the only reason why I'm more hands off this time, because I respect all of you guys, and I don't want you guys to feel like I am, what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to. I just want y'all to know I understand all of y'all. Now, if it was something like super in your face, then it would be something different. But right now, I feel like you guys talking about it amongst each other is enough. Hopefully that makes sense. I just yeah. But let me go up here to Q, and like I said, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to speak, with the exception of LaBelle, since she used her 2 minutes already, and then we'll get back to the prompt. Okay. Okay, so I'll go up here to Q. Go ahead, Q.
Hey Trigger, how you doing? Thanks for welcoming me in. And that was just amazing what you just said and what you just did. But I just want to say, like, I have been listening in, and LaBelle, I didn't take no offense to what you said. I understood what you were saying. And I just want to say that to pour into someone, you don't have to think you're better than them or above them. You just have to care about them, to want better for them, and to pour into them to make them better. So I feel like some people get triggered and take offense just because they want to. And it really don't be seen and heard that way. So that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to jump back and forth, because I was listening in, but I completely understand what LaBelle was saying, and I completely understand what Gabrielle was saying. And I feel like people feel attacked when it hits a core, right? I don't think you can show shade or do shade when it's just truth and facts, right? So Gabrielle was just stating truth and facts. And if you get triggered by that, then that's a you problem. And you need to figure out, are you a part of this? yes, sometimes people can hear things and not comprehend what's being said because you may not have those tools in your box. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to accept you may not be at a certain level to comprehend certain things. Don't get mad. Just go seek knowledge. Just go figure it out if you find that you're not comprehending things correctly. So that's all I'm saying. Like, you don't have to take offense to something.
Okay. I'm gonna interject on you real quick, Q. Have you ever been here before?
No,
Because I
I've
don't
actually
think
been
this.
to your panel.
Okay, so I'll say this, just, and I'm trying to figure out the way to say this to where it doesn't come off terrible. I think that sometimes, like, the things that you're saying and the way that you're saying it is not going to be received the way you probably intended to be received by the people that you're speaking to. Because I do feel like the way you're wording it is a little bit much, especially for someone that has never been in this panel before ever in life. Like, you don't know any of the ladies here. You're never here. I've never seen you. So all of these ladies have talked to each other before, been in space with each other before, and I just feel like the way you're doing it, that's just only going to stoke the fires even more about what you're saying about that's a you problem and things like that. That's exactly what I wanted to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Because that is shady. And I'm going to say it to you. That's a shady comment that you said. So if anybody was going to get mad about anything, if this is me and I'm trying to be a neutral party here, but if I was Zora or what's the other girl that was up here, Zuri, and you said what you said, yeah, now that would make me mad. I would be like, okay, so what it is now, we got a problem because why in the world would you insert yourself in something and we wasn't even talking to you? I'm really not trying to be funny, but that the way you're coming at this, I don't like it and I don't respect it. And I probably would respect it more if you were somebody that I knew that was here. But for you to be here, this is the first time I ever seen you. Yeah, I'm not on board with it. I don't like it and I don't care for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. You have a great day though, all right? Be blessed. If you want to come back another day, great. You can. As it'll be another time that you can speak, and I have no problem letting you back up. It's really all love. I'm not upset with you. I just don't think this is the time and place for someone like, it's almost like, when you get mad at your, let's say, your brother or your sister or your cousin or your mama or your daddy or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you saying things right about them, and then somebody else want to come and say something. It's like, what's cool? Excuse me, wait a minute. Why are you talking about them? That's I'm talking about them, right? But that's my family, so I can do that. But then when you got an outsider coming in and they trying to get active with it too, it's like, yeah, that's where you lost me, because this ain't your place to say that. Like, you could have said it in the comments or something like that. That would have been cool. I hope that makes sense and y'all understand what I'm saying. But that really rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm trying to keep it, to where it's as less antagonizing as possible. And I don't know. I don't know. But maybe I'm tripping. Maybe now I'm tweaking myself now. I'm just saying, I respect all of you ladies. Like LaBelle just dropped and stuff like that. I respect all of y'all for real. And I'm trying my best to, like, I just want you guys to, like I said, I want all of you guys to come to an understanding. It doesn't mean that we'll have a total agreement. It doesn't mean that you'll see things her way or she'll see things your way. But like I said, I just want you guys to get it out, and then, you can think about that. Okay, so Q, you're telling me that I'm being triggered. See, that's where you lost me. Like, and see, that's what I'm saying. And that's how I know that that's exactly what you were trying to do. You was trying to be messy, because now I see, because you didn't even learn. But it's okay. You'll learn right now, Q, because I'm going to screenshot you right now for content purposes only. So maybe that's why you came in. Y'all, if y'all didn't hear me, because I was screenshotting Q, so I could block her from all my pages. You say for content purposes, so maybe that's why you were saying what you were saying, but there won't be any more because I'm blocking you. So you have a great day, Q. All right, you be blessed with your 126 followers. Goodbye. What kind of content you making? I don't know. But I'll never know because you're gone. But anyway, like I was saying, I do I do want you guys to get out what y'all have to say, and I want y'all to come together. But like I said, I don't mean come together as besties or anything like that. I just mean, like, if you guys can see each other's perspective, and we can what's the word? Like I said, agree to disagree. Y'all don't need to hear me monologue. Y'all get what I'm saying. And I want to say I have the greatest respect for every lady that was on this panel, with the exception of Q. So I want y'all to know that I'm really not trying to be funny. For real, for real. I respect all of you. But let me go over here to Zora. Go ahead, Zora. I'm
You
sorry
want
about
to just get to the prompt because I could do it. Like, I would, because I'm being easy and I can be easy.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's already on the flow.
It's
So
already
you
up.
might as well
Okay,
put it on the
because
flow.
like at the end of the day, that's how you just addressed Q is how I addressed the other woman who was up in here. Just like, but basically asking a question. Like I'm seeing I don't like the idea. I don't care if you're from America or not. When we use classism against each other, people's stuff that's not even our own. I can run down all my stuff, right? Accomplishments, education. I don't lead with that when I'm with Black women because your tonation, elocution, mastery of a language that you didn't even create is not going to save you from the implications of being in the system. Period. So when people use it against Black women, I take umbrage to it. I really do, because we can go right, and that's why people a lot of times can't hang with me because it's not code switch. I'm standing in who I am, but I can use different tools. I don't get the tool doesn't become me. The clothes aren't me. And I'm addressing directly Gabrielle for saying to another Black woman that she was illiterate just because and then hiding your hands and saying, everything that Q said. No, I'm going to call that out because it doesn't protect you and it actually reveals more about you than you think, to be honest. So whether it's because you're used to talking to African American women a certain kind of way because you're not one, or because you are one, you're using classism as a front. I'm just gonna that's what that's what the initial call out for the other woman is. And I don't care if anybody agrees with, because Gabrielle said I have the right perspective. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like a self-centered narc kind of issue. But we don't even have to, I don't know. I'm good. I could have left it in the comments. That's what I'm trying to say, Trick. I can literally like just focus on what the prompt is. But this is us being number 2, trying to get on code. Because what is the code on how you're dealing with like conflict or gaslighting or passive aggressiveness or caring behavior? What you don't do is go behind the language and be like, oh, if you're taking offense to it, but you already addressed it and you're just a master at, what I'm saying, kind of exposing the things that we need to work on and giving us the space to do it. So that's all I have.
Okay. All right. I got you, Zora. Okay. Let me go down here to Miss Supervillain. Go ahead, Supervillain.
We are sisters. We stand together.
Hey.
We make each other stronger. Though we may not be the same, our spots are different. Different colors. All right, and I had to throw that out there. I love all of y'all. We gonna fight. We sisters. Like, I actually have 4 sisters that I fight with all the time. And then we're gonna come back tomorrow, and it's gonna be a Dignago Marie, and we're gonna get back together. I just want to hurry up to the getting back together part. I definitely understand everybody's points of view. I'm gonna say this: I ain't gonna play innocent because I come up here, I be classist, I be racist, I be misogynist. They love to call me a phobe. Y'all know I take all the labels. So I'll listen. Did you have to chew my ass up just the other day, Trey? And I still come back. Sometimes we gotta take the lesson and roll with the punches. Sometimes stuff trigger us, and we gonna come back. But I just want to let y'all know that I love y'all. It is what it is. I know it can be uncomfortable. I was spamming Chris Brown in the comments. I was waiting for Marie to come in here and change the narrative, but it didn't happen. I ain't never want to see Marie more in my life than today, but it happens. But just want to know I love y'all. We're not gonna agree on everything, but as long as we come back tomorrow and put the pressure on each other's neck to be better women, I'm all for it. I'm all for the journey. Yeah, I'm yield there.
Oh, all right. I got you, Supervillain. I appreciate you as well, sis. All right, let me go down here to Miss Gabrielle. Let me start your timer, Gabrielle. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to start off by saying that for you, Triggered, I really hope I didn't offend you at all. Like, I mean, I've mentioned the literacy rates in so many of your other lives. I've mentioned that when males have come in here and, sounded elate when they were speaking and couldn't, keep up with the prompt, but I do. And again, even when I mentioned the literacy rates, like that's not me trying to be funny, but I do genuinely believe the hostility and the way that people jumped on LaBelle and just seemed to pull all this stuff out of what she said when it really was her just asking a question, are there diaspora wars happening? Like I said, I've been in the live almost since its inception. I believe, like, I think I came in a few minutes after it started. And so I did see when LaBelle came in here and asked a question, she was not in here from the very beginning like I was. And again, I'm saying this as someone who met LaBelle because she was in another black woman's live. And so that's why I was saying I know she did not have the intentions that were being projected on her. That is why I said that to start off. So I do think the offense, or I do think that the people who took offense to what LaBelle was saying, I do think it was a misunderstanding. I do think it was misguided genuinely. But when I was listening to the live continue to go, and when they kept making all these assumptions about LaBelle, saying that she was othering herself, that's not what was happening. That just factually was not that was not happening factually speaking. I mean, I don't know if the other ladies who said that about LaBelle didn't know her, but I kept trying to. No, you didn't understand. This is what I'm talking about, and this is why I say I can say it in 50 different ways, but if someone does not understand what I'm saying, it's not going to matter. And so that's why I seriously, like truly, sincerely, am not trying to be funny. When I mention the literacy rates, I do think that people who are criticizing LaBelle genuinely believe that she was coming from this place of, superiority or trying to other herself or whatnot. But it's just not the case. I'm not saying that just because I was in line with the
Gabrielle, I'm just going to interject and just say one thing, and I'll restart your timer to a minute.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'll just say this is that the only thing I see everybody's perspective, but what I will say is that you cannot alter the way somebody feels about something that was said to them. Like that doesn't mean that they are, illiterate or stupid or anything. If somebody says something to them and they feel a type of way, like you just got to let them, those feelings, you have to just accept that's how they felt. You could not have meant it that way. You know what I'm saying? But the impact is still not reduced. It's like if you see somebody somewhere and you said, oh, your hair, wow, it looks different today or something, but they feel like they thought you were saying that it looked stupid and ugly, and now they feel, angry and upset about it. You can't say, well, I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't trying to say that. Like, you stupid. You don't even get it. Like, that's not going, you know what I'm saying? You have to, hey, I acknowledge how you felt about it or whatever, but that's not what I meant. But to just try to like shame them away or, stupid it away to their feelings away, that's never going to be something that's going to be productive, because you can never minimize the way somebody feels, because the way they feel is how they feel. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say that's the only thing that I would say about what you're saying. But I totally get that it's your friend and stuff like that, and she your mutual, and you know her in a way that the other ladies don't know her. So you may feel like she not on that type of time. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, because I don't know her either, to be honest with you. I only saw her a couple of times. I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? So I can't speak and vouch and say what type of woman she is. And I won't say what she is and not either. I won't say she's bad, good, in between. I won't speak on that because I don't know her. But like I said, I just think that a lot of times when people minimize the way people feel, that adds a whole nother layer to it too that make people mad. Other than just validating and say, hey, I respect that you feel that way. I understand that you feel that way. That's not what I meant. But just to automatically dismiss them and say that they didn't feel that way, you know what I mean? Then that's going to cause some type of issue. But once again, I'm trying my best to remain neutral and impartial. So I'm not trying to silence you either. But so I just want to say that for clarity, because maybe everybody can understand that. But I'm gonna go ahead and start your timer back at the minute. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, thank you. No, I definitely hear you. And I have so much respect for you. I've been watching your stuff for like over a year at this point. I guess what I was trying to say is that again, this is not me telling them, oh, you can't feel that way. I wasn't saying that they couldn't feel that way. I guess for me, in my opinion, I just think there was a reason they had that feeling, because there were other ladies in the live. It wasn't even just me who said like, no, that's not what LaBelle was saying. That's not what she meant. There were a bunch of other ladies in the comments who said, that they think the whole thing was a misunderstanding, which I do genuinely think that. I do think, somewhere along the way the wires got crossed. But I was just saying, in my opinion, I just felt like there was a reason why that was the automatic assumption, whereas other people in the live were, saying, or in my opinion, had a better understanding of where LaBelle was coming from. And I don't even know LaBelle that well, but I'm just saying I have been with her or I've met her in another Black woman's life. But I mean, I can't change anyone's mind. People are going to have their interpretation of what she said, but I guess that's just my 2 cents on it.
Okay, all right, I got you, Gabrielle. All right, so I'm gonna go up here to the top to I'm gonna go to Adult Swim first. I think that's the first person that I added. So let me start the timer for them. Are you there, Adult Swim? Is that your
Yes,
name?
I am here. I mean, I want to answer the prompt. I don't have anything to say about the panel unless
That's
you
no
want to.
problem. No, that's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and answer the prompt. Cool, no problem, sis.
Yeah, I just found that whole thing to be like finally people are seeing what I've seen about Cardi. I think she's a very gutter type of person and everybody just thought it was all cute and sweet because of her proximity to, whiteness and not really presenting as a BOK woman because she's not a BOK woman. To Yeah, we need to get on code. As Black women, we need to get on code for real. Um, and that's what I'm here to talk about how we can get on code and what that code looks like. Because best believe, babes, these YT girls, they got a code. They just know how to stay on code. They probably didn't even need to write a list. They just knew. Anyway, I'm done.
Okay, all right, I got you, Adult Swim, and I actually understand where you're coming from. I've been said that Cardi B was horrible and anti-black and a bad person, but she's been given a lot of grace, and a lot of her behavior has been overlooked in the Black community because she is a non-black woman pretending to be black, and we already know that so much grace is given to non-black women who engage in behavior that if a black woman engaged in, it would be World War III. She would be the most worst human being on the planet Earth. Can you imagine the headlines if Meg Thee Stallion was married to a man and then was pregnant by another man? Do you think that people be talking about, oh, that's right, get it, girl, that's your love story, sis? And the man that she was pregnant by was in an active lawsuit against another man for SA? Never, never, never. It would be so many black men talking about so greasy about black women every day, all day on, but and that's the thing when people try to say that Cardi B is black, it's like everyone knows that she is. And even the people that think that she is, subconsciously, they know that she is not, which is why they treat her in a way that is completely different to black women. Now, monoracial black women is really, really wild. And the fact that people can look at this girl's old face, her first face, before she did all of this stuff to morph into to some type of single white female of Nicki Minaj, and I'm not a Barb, I'm not a Cardi, what is it, Barty gang, whatever that is. I just call it how I see it. And if anybody can look at Cardi B's old face, you would know that that's not a black woman at all. If you could look at her long-nosed daddy, you would know that that is not a black daddy. If you could look at her mama and know that that's not a black woman. And the fact that people keep talking about that this girl has a little bit of coarseness in her hair as if that means that you're black, I just don't even know what to say. But and I think also Adult Swim was totally right about black women getting on code, and that white tea girls already know. Do you know how often white women stick together? And I'm talking about not stick together as far as they don't be catty towards each other, but I mean against other groups. You know how racist they are, how closed ranks they are. If somebody do something to one of their people, that's another race, they instantly about to get active about it. I wish that black women would do the same thing instead of always being like, oh no, we got to be fair. That ain't right, child. We can't do those white people like that. We can't do those white tea Hispanics like that, those Asians. Yes, we can, because they would do the same thing to us. So I totally get it. But it's I be thinking about this often, y'all, that I think that there is something fundamentally broken in the psyche of black people. And as much as people would like to say, oh, it's black Americans are the only ones buck broken, it's not true. I see this type of self-hating behavior across the diaspora. Every single solitary Black person across the diaspora shows these personality traits of buck brokenness and uplifting other races of people over their own. It's sick and twisted. And honestly, when you're a Black person, I don't care what part of the diaspora you're from, you talk about it, people start looking at you like you crazy. When you start saying, hey, you think we should kick all of these people out of here and just focus on us, then people start looking at you nuts. So, I mean, like I said, it's all of us. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go for it. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy Baby, and then I'll go to, I don't think Chilotem got a chance to speak. So I'll go to Miss Chrissy Baby and then Chilotem.
Hi, Triggered and ladies.
Hey, sis.
I hate to be the hippie in the room, but I think we all need to take a deep breath and reset. I think we should all give each other grace. It's been pretty volatile towards Black women, and I'm Black American, so I think especially Black American women, I think there's so much attacks from every angle. I'm not sure if everybody's personal life, if you're in corporate America or whatever, I think people lack empathy in us, and maybe we lack empathy in each other because we show a lot of empathy sometimes and don't really receive it. And I think we're just on defense probably more than any other group, including men in the world. As far as the Cardi B stuff, I mean, I think that's an example. You can see the grace she gets with being pregnant, married, with another man's child. And we know that if a Black woman was on live and crying about, being stressed out, taking care of her kids by herself with no help from anyone, we probably are the culprits that's bashing her the most. I think I agree with you. I think there's something wrong with the psyche within all of us. And I mean, I'll throw myself in there. I'm sure there's some quirky things about me that is, quote, wrong due to societal things. And I think that's why these kind of conversations are healthy in these type of safe spaces. I don't know. I think we're just all kind of exhausted, jaded, and I think it's okay to say bitter. And that doesn't, I think it's just. As far as being on code, I think that's how we can start to be on code is, I guess, understanding our experiences and extending more grace to ourselves versus outside entities. And I get it. I used to, I shouldn't even say that, but I used to get frustrated with certain behaviors or whatever, and maybe have a visceral reaction, but I'm learning over the years to have more grace, maybe because of my job. There's not a lot of Black women. We're less than 1% of the workforce in all continental US and territories. So there's not a lot of us. So I had to kind of empathize what they went through. Triggered, I think you do an amazing job being diplomatic with all the ladies in the live. I think you're staying on task about empowering Black women. I don't think we're always going to get along. And it might get a little ugly, but I don't know. Just remember, I don't want to sound corny. We are all we got in reality. And, even in our little microcosm of America, Black American women are all we have from our perspective. And I don't know, hugs, everyone. I hope everyone has a good day. Okay, bye.
All right. I got you, Miss Chrissy Baby. I did quickly want to piggyback off two things that you said. Number one, I wanted to talk about the fact that in that Cardi B leak phone call that she was talking about sending men to beat up another woman. And we all know that Cardi B ended up getting that case and convicted of that case where she sent those men over to beat up those girls that she thought was sleeping with Offset. So that should let you know that she has not learned her lesson. Anything that she did before, she's going to continue to do it. So she hasn't changed her mindset at all. So when she was calling black women burnt and roaches and monkeys and ghetto and all of that, she still believes that. It's just now that she has to move a little smoother because she wants black women's money. And she wants your money to pay her bills and her lavish lifestyle, which is ridiculous that black women really sit there and defend this lady that thinks that she's better than them. That's number one. I never trust. I feel like as a monoracial black woman specifically, I'm speaking to monoracial black women. I feel like to be around women that they don't have to be white tea, but non-black women that specifically seek out black men only, those women will never be your friend. Never. Because one, it is either or. They think that they're better than you, or they are in constant competition with you. Or another one, they are around you to siphon your energy and the essence of you as a black woman so that they can appeal to the men in our community. So I don't even believe you should even have interactions with women that strictly date black men if they're not black. That's just my opinion. Then number two, I wanted to say today, when I talk about black women getting on code, anybody that was on the live this morning that I had where I was talking about Cartel Samuels and the fact that that man is a psycho, a red pill psycho, always got something to say about black women. And I asked some questions about me being, flabbergasted that, he was married to a supposedly attractive, educated black woman. I was shocked, right? What was surprising to me is that it wasn't surprising. Okay, it wasn't. It was eye-opening. That's probably the word. Is that there was another man that came up. I went and did some more research on him. He's definitely a G-man. And like I said, I constantly have problems with them because I really do feel like, as I said multiple times before, they feel like because they take dick, like you do, if you're a straight woman, respectfully, that they are on your level. And that they are no longer men now. So they can go back and forth with you like they're a woman. They can put their hands on you like you're a woman. They gonna argue, cuss you out and all of that stuff like they're a woman, even though they're not. Just because you're giving up that Bucci cat does not mean that, what I'm saying, you're a lady. And no disrespect. And I think so there was a man that came up there like that was getting on me. And I actually pondered about what was going on and why he was so upset with me. And I think he was upset because he came up here like on the live with this like fake calm tone to try to get me to do what he wanted me to do. And I didn't do it. And I dismissed him. And I think that that's something that people have to realize, no matter what your orientation is, a man is a man is a man. Like I say this all the time, regardless on whether they got the parts or they removed it or whatever, a man is a man is a man is a man. And a man is always going to man, period. And they're always going to feel some type of way about a woman that says, hey, you know what? Just because you are a man, I don't have to submit to you. I don't have to do what you say. I don't have to do what you tell me to. And that's always going to make them short circuit. So, like I said earlier, when this man threatened my life, threatened my children's life, threatened my husband, said he was going to find me, do this, that, and the third. I don't know who I quit. I'm going to be sorry. All of these crazy things, all of these threats, because he didn't like what I said about a red pill man that he admitted in a live that he's cussed out because of the crazy things that come out of his mouth. And when I saw so many black women come in my live, cuss me out, say things, take up for him in the chat and in the box, that really made me realize that black women, they stay cold into a certain area, and that is the protection of others. Like they will stay on code to protect a white tea woman, a white tea Latina like Erica Mena that was out here calling people monkeys, a Cardi B. They will be on code to protect the black man that would stomp a hole in their forehead. They will do that. They will stand up and protect the black men that will only use them for intercourse and cast them aside and treat them like trash. They will do that. But if you want them to protect the fellow sister, then it's like they don't see it. And that is scary to me. And of course, I don't believe that's every black woman, of course, but it's a lot, man. And that really opened my eyes. Like today, I was like mind blown by it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the fact that women was cool with that just blew me, bro. I was like, and black women at that, but I really try not to, Yeah, I just say that there's been a lot of things since I've started doing this work over the past few years of trying to empower Black women, or even not. I even trying to give Black women a safe space to express themselves, like all Black women. I have endured a lot myself in just trying to protect Black women. I think that people don't understand how hard it is to protect a group of women that nobody wants to protect, except there's a small percentage of us that want to do that. And then there are people that are in the Black woman community, or whatever you want to call the demographic, that will actively fight against you trying to protect them. Do you know how stressful it is to try to protect a group of people that 50% of them will tell you, well, you nappy headed bitch, didn't nobody ask you to do nothing in the first place? Like, oh, well, pardon my language, excuse the heck out of me. Like, it's very stressful. People don't know. It's like so many times I feel like giving up, and I keep on pushing because I really do love y'all. But honestly, today with that dude, like, he really blew my mind. Like, and I don't know if anybody was on there when I was yelling back and forth with him. I felt like I was about to crash out, because I don't like it when people play with my family, or you trying to play with my life. Like, I'm not the one of the two. Like, I'll take you up out of here for playing with me like that. But I realize as I'm going back and forth with him, like, you're online. You're online, Trigger. Well, what can you do? You can't do nothing. All you can do is wait for the day that respectfully, a nigga feel froggy. You know what I'm saying? And then he going to the morgue. But it was just like, bro, so it was a lot, y'all. I'm sorry I just trauma dumped on y'all. Let me keep going. Let me go down here to Chilotam. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, Trigger, thank you. I'm so sorry that happened. I didn't know you were live this morning. I would have joined and, tried to cuss him out as well, because that's crazy. That's crazy. And I hate to kind of go off on a tangent, but it's so funny how men always say women are emotional, but they keep displaying different types of emotions unprovoked. Anyway, regarding the whole Cardi B thing, I did listen to that audio, and it was very scary, to say the least. If I heard somebody speaking like that around me, I would get really scared, and I'd have to call the authorities, because I couldn't believe she was genuinely, I couldn't even figure out what she was so mad about, but all I could gather was that she wanted to put her hands on someone for something. And it's just like, girl, when will you learn? I don't know how old she is, right? But there's a proverb that says a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Like, at what point do you grow? Do you understand? And it just gives male-centered, and it's very cringe, because she has children, right? And I can't imagine if my mom was crashing out on the internet like that over a man. I'd be really, really embarrassed. Speaking about being on code, I think I agree with, was it you? I can't remember who just said that about people being, like, Black women being, and when I say Black women, I mean, like, in general, right? Because I I don't want to make too many distinctions. It kind of gets confusing. But I agree with the fact that, yes, they are on code to protect men. And you see this show up in different ways. It could be a straight man, it could be a G man, it could be a T, quote unquote, woman. And I strongly disagree with that mentality. I feel like a man is still a man in whatever font he is. But in my personal life, what I try to do is, for instance, I live in a city that's mixed. It's both 50% white, 50% Black. But when I'm driving out and there's a lady at the garage, I think she manages the building. She's a Black. There are actually two Black women there. I always wind down and say hi to them, greet them. I have an event coming up next month, like towards the end of next month, and I plan to, kind of surprise them with something as well. That's how I personally try to stay on code. Because I was also raised in an environment that was very pick-me-ish, very toxic, and slightly like that kind of toxic religion, if you know what I mean. I try to constantly break myself out of that. Like, for instance, if there's a woman that's being accused of something, my first thought is, okay, what did this man do? If I see a group of men ganging up on a lady for doing something, and even if the woman is wrong, I'm sorry, I support women's rights and wrongs. I may not say it out loud, you know. I mean, for instance, if it's my mutual on social media, I could go to them in their DMs and say, hey, I don't think you should have said this or done this, but I would never in public come and, you know, side with men over a woman, because I know what women have gone through, and I know what I personally have gone through when it comes to men. They're bullies. Black men, African men, Nigerian men, especially me. I don't even blink at Nigerian men because they really just irritate me so much. There's so many. You would think like people are cones here in America. Just wait till you talk to some people outside of America and you want to just snatch your edges out because you just can't believe how they think. That's why I personally don't talk to them. I feel like we're not on the same wavelength. But yeah, in terms of being on code, that's what I try to do. I try to pass that on to my niece as well. So yeah, I'll yield. Thank you.
All right. I got you, Chalotam. I appreciate you, sis. All right, let me go down here to Miss Zora. Go ahead, Zora.
I didn't hear the Cardi B phone call, but I think like I agree with everything you said about the way that we hold her. It really irritates me. Yeah, I'm just trying to be mindful because I've been at you where you're at with the love for Black women, and then to see what we're made of when it comes to ourselves, like how we treat other Black women. It's kind of like I just saw somebody do this skit, and I was like, oh, okay. I used to see this all the time, but I never saw anybody address it in a skit where a Black person, namely a Black woman, comes into a store, and it's a Black person behind the counter, namely a Black woman in the skit. And then a white person comes into the store and they literally treat you like, you know what I'm saying? Like you would expect a racist white person to treat you. They see the white person, hey, how can I help you? What you want? Like, it's like that. And we don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about the internal racial aggressions that we do to each other. When there's nobody involved, we won't get to it. I think it's to get to the second place about us being on code for other groups of people. It's very annoying to me. It's like I think it messes with the type of quality of life that I see fit, right? And I mean interpersonally, like walking into the world and having to interact with people. It really is irritating because it's like that type of self-esteem and issues and traumas, you know what I'm saying, that are rightly earned, I guess, I don't know if that's the right word, like that are valid, that's the word I'm looking for. But then to project that onto somebody who looks like you, that's the experience I have coming from, growing up in mostly Black city, et cetera. It's very irritating. We never can get to it because of, this is my second point, which is the fake morality, our need to cover ourselves, whether it's with accomplishments, whether it's with proximity to males, or whether with this a religious or spiritual haughtiness that makes us think or operate as if we're better than other people, as if that will cover toxic shame. We don't get to the shame piece. We can never talk about that because we're in a world, to your point, to Chilatom's point, Miss Chrissy, I think, addressed it to an extent. We're in a world where that shame gets literally projected onto us and then collapses into our identity. And then we do all what we can to kind of fight it. So whether it's Black women who are classist, Black women who are, is it male-centered, right? Black women who lead with like the validation is external though. It's not internal. It's that I am valuable because something is valuable outside of me. So as far as code for me is like understanding that and now having to come into a sovereignty where I understand that all Black women are not operating out of the same agenda. And I have to address that too. Not just the love I have for who raised me and the cultural nuances and just how great we are and the fact that we're the first humans, but the reality that sometimes when I was talking my talk about Black men specifically, that would be more likely that a Black woman would take me out first. And that's the code. It's the nuance. That's all I got to say. I like Mona Leo. And I just wish we can exclude Black men from our pro-Blackness. That's it.
I definitely understand what you were saying. And I agree. I'll say, like, honestly, like, you know how my mom used to tell me this, right? She used to say that on some days it's just another day, and it's just another day. It's uneventful. But she was like, certain days you don't even realize it, but that's a day that's going to alter your life in a different way permanently forever. And you don't know what day that's going to be. And honestly, I feel like today was a day that like is going to alter my life and how I perceive things permanently. Um yeah, in just how I don't know exactly how it's going to change how I deal with black women, but I definitely know my eyes have been opened in some form or fashion, because I can know, I try my best to ignore it. You know, when sometimes people come up here on the lives and they be ice cold on black women, even though some of the times, you know, what they're saying is correct, or at least I've seen a lot of black women engage in that type of behavior. A lot of times I don't let them really get it all the way off, because I'm like, hey, you know, this is a place for us to build, and we don't got to just go super down in the dirty and beat black women in the dust. But to see black women really defend a man that would spit on them, like, and would beat on them and cause them nappy headed hoes and all of these type of things, really, honestly, it really, I'm telling y'all, because I want y'all to know, like, it really messed with my psyche. Like, it really did. And it's just it's been tough a little bit to handle. And I was I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is about to be a time where I just stop going live for a minute and just chill. But I was like, no, 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 you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and go live again today, just so people know that it's all good. But yeah, I don't know, man.
It is a
It's
turning point.
upsetting. Yeah,
Mhm.
I black women, of course this isn't everybody, and I don't believe that it's the majority of the lady on the panel or that come in my lives or anything that follow me specifically, because I feel like if you were like that, you would be turned off by my content. But I will say that just like seeing black women be a nice percentage of black women having so much of a low self-esteem and dying, literally dying for the validation of men who only want to degrade them is crazy. I've had a picture in my phone for the longest, and I don't even think that I can really show it, but I'm just going to explain it to you all. I think I've said this multiple times, that I lurk in a lot of manosphere groups. I lurk in a lot of red pill groups underneath a man's name, so nobody knows who I am. It's very anonymous. There were black men in there talking about what was a black woman good for and what she was good for only. And there is a man, it's in I have it in my phone right now. It was a black woman on her knees, naked, with her booty tooted up, and he had his foot on her back. And she was like in like a praying pose or a downward dog, whatever, because you didn't see her face. Her face was smashed into the carpet. And you know, she's just, her booty is tooted up, and he's standing up making like, you know, like an arm, like he's making a muscle. And he has his foot on her back and like the top of her booty. And they were saying like, this is the only way that black women should be existing. And it's all these black men, you know, commenting and saying, yeah, that's the only thing like these whores are good for, da 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 da. And you know, the fact that the people like the guy that was just up here, Cartel Samuel, says the same type of rhetoric, and then there are black women that are willing to go at me and attack me and things like that, when I'm only trying to stand up for them. Because why in the world would I be trying to go at Cartel Samuels because he talks about black women? I could easily just shut up. Then I could make, you know what I'm saying, pop culture lives and start making pop culture TikToks and things like that, because those do hella numbers. Like, I could start talking about Cardi B and Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion. Not that I don't enjoy Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm just saying, like, is that really important in the scheme of things? Is that going to help black women? No, if I'm talking about that all the time. But I could easily do that. But seeing as though I don't, and seeing women that men only want to subjugate, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're defending men that only want to subjugate you. Like, it's wild. Like, I don't know. I almost can't even fathom it.
I have so much energy. Like what you're saying is just because I felt some kind of way in the live. It's like, you know, I want us to be aware that when you're doing this type of work, you specifically, Trig, when a person is standing out here, that we have to figure out how to be the buffer. Like you, and I know you got some heavy hitters on here. I do know that, but whatever it is that you need, right? So I want to say that. And the other piece of that is that, like, they call it flying monkeys, and I didn't want to say it quite like that because you already know, but that's what they literally call it. It's a term for emotional manipulation. The narcs crew who comes and does the work for it. And actually, I was in a conversation with Coach T earlier, and we were looking up something specific about how I felt that energy from the live. I was telling her, like, the energy from the live was a different type of energy, or maybe I'm not, you know what I'm saying, as well versed with TikTok and we asked ChatGPT, and it was saying, I was like, it's given almost like electrocution. Like, it feels like it's like a desire to overload the circuit. And because we're in such a society that, like, that's just the norm for BOK women, you have to have Black women coming here and swinging on behalf of I'm trying to be mindful of because I know you don't like certain words, but like a sassy, zesty, bottom, wish he was Black man, and a sassy, bottom, wish he was Black man. To be honest, both of them was given the same thing. Both of them was given femboys of the white tea supremacy. Both of them was given jail wives. Both of them was given that. And then to have Black women say, well, it's not that bad. It's just, just the way he talks. Like, it's like I'm looking at why it can't just be all women. And it's hard to take when someone's attacking you. Any response is going to require you to step into some energy you don't want to do anyway. So I just, I'm just affirming that it was how you felt it was, and not that you need it, but that, like, I just, just want to remind everybody listening and your day ones, and just that that's a real thing. And that's why I'm glad you were on here. I thought you were going to possibly, like, address it, because I was like, that was very specific. That was an attack. That wasn't no regular just TikTok stuff. Like, what is this? The defense is crazy.
I mean, it was so wild. And then it was crazy because it was like, you're mad that I didn't let you check me on my own live when I know that you wouldn't let anyone do that to you, because I went to your page and saw you fighting people. And your instant thing is to threaten my life and my family's life. That was just so OP. Like, I was just like, bro. And like I said, I found myself getting very, very angry. And I said this in one of my videos for people to have some type of insight to who I am. I was an only child, and my parents were very domineering and didn't let me do anything at all, like literally nothing. The only thing they ever told me to do is go in your room and watch TV, go in your room, watch TV, stay away from us and everybody else. So it was only me. And I told myself that when I got older, and also I was in a cult, so I was an outcast in school all of my years, okay? And I remember, like, telling myself as I was bullied viciously, okay, all the way up into high school. And a lot of my major bullies were black boys in high school. A few Black girls, but mostly Black boys. And I told myself that, like, hey, I would never, when I was like, once I get 18, I'm never going to feel powerless again. I'm never going to let anybody do anything to me or say anything to me. I'm going to stand up, and so when I feel like people are trying to, like, I don't know, it's like almost like sun me or dominate me, or I just start like crashing out. But I've worked on it, a lot of healing to where I can control it, but still sometimes it may like peak out, like a little hint of it will come out. And I felt like the hint was coming out when I was talking to that dude, Battle King or whatever his name was. And that I was like, that's why I just had to stop, because I felt myself about to like literally like explode. And it was just like because of everything that was going on. But yeah, that was like, that was so much of a crazy live that I honestly feel like they have successfully silenced me on that particular man, because the love that man has, this make me feel like a lot of Black people are nuts, because how in the world do y'all have this much love for a bald-headed felon with tattoos all over his face and his head, and that sit there and talks about Black women being nappy-headed 304s all day, and that you should shut up and get in the kitchen and make them a sandwich, and Black women should be seen, not heard, and their only place is to submit to a man like him, a bum. Like, the fact that people were mad at me for saying that is just like, like I said in the live, I never would have thought that would have been the person that people would have been mad about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people weren't even that mad about Chris Brown. And so many black women love that man for whatever reason. Just like I said, mind-boggling.
You know what it is too, because I relate to you on the cult piece. I relate to you on I relate to that. Like, that's why I can see.
What?
That's why I see emotional manipulation like that. So when you were saying, when they came in here with them little crown emojis, I was saying in the chat, oh, this is a cult. I literally said that in the chat. This is because all who were agreeing with the bullshit had a little crown thing. I was like, I'm gonna have to, like, I have my own personal experience with cultish behavior, you know, in the ways cults, but I'm gonna have to do a deep dive because the fact that they was all like basically representing a set. Do you hear what I'm saying? I was just like, whoa. And then to go, I got somebody shared his live with me. He went live, that man Cartel, and I went to see because I saw something. I just clicked on the thing, and it was a white woman up there posted with nothing but knickknacks, and she was just like, yeah, I don't even know what it is. I can't take certain energies, right? Because I'm like you. It's just like I can't get to you. So then, what is this energy? This aggressive energy? I don't know what to do with it. So she was up there and just like, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know why they have a problem. Like, and it was definitely a methany. And I'm like, what kind of, before then, the picture I seen, the screenshot, it was his wife who was up there, who was the opposite in her phenotype. I mean, all the way opposite. Dark-skinned black woman. I'm going to leave it there, right? And I was like, oh, she's not up here anymore. Now this Methany is up here, and she feels so comfortable with this misogynoir. I mean, it was like it was her home. So in what reality do black women exist where Methany can be up there swinging with black men on black women, and they over here trying to energetically rob us of the ability to be able to be present in our bodies and our voice? Like, in what universe is this? What is this? Oh, okay, maybe the original, maybe, I don't know. It was a lot. I had to get off TikTok.
I mean, I totally understand. I'm just glad that it wasn't like you and other people saw it, because it was wild. Like, honestly, I'm still like I said, I'm not tripping about the threats, because I don't talk about this a lot. I've had black men threaten to grape me, threaten to unalive me, threaten, like, they be saying like really crazy stuff. So if this isn't like any, I've also been threatened to be doxxed a billion times by men. So it's not even. That's not even the issue. It was just it was the way that happened, and I don't even think it was that, to be honest with you. I think it was the assistance. Like, if anybody watches basketball at all, or they know anything about it, was the assist that came from black women. That is what was blowing me. Like, that, I think that was like the gut punch. Like, oh, okay. All right. And you know, I'm not going to do this, y'all, so don't be afraid, but I do think that there gets to a point, this is why some people pivot content, that they start losing their morals, because they decide that it's not worth it. It's not worth to save black women. So they just like, hey, you know what? They not worth it, because look at how they doing me. And then that's how people, like, if you see people that made previously empowering content, they start grifting. They start making, you know, coonery content and things like that, because they like, hey, well, if I'm gonna get dogged out, I might as well get paid. Because, like, being you know, engaged in coonery online is a very lucrative profession.
Lucrative.
Like, you could easily make 30-40K a month. $30,000, $40,000 a month alone, just on engaging in coonery and red pill content. You really could. Or you could also pivot to content where you lie to black women. You say, hey, specifically a lot of women that are married, they'll be like, hey, I'm married to black women that they know still want to be married. Oh, I can tell you the keys to success. I can tell you how to get in the man. You got to look this way or that way. Let me tell you this, that. And then they make also hella money. Some of them make even more than that. And I know some of these women, how much they're making behind the scenes. 40K, 50, 60K a month alone on lying to black women. Man, black women have come at me based on them as well. And it's almost made me be like, wow, so you want me to come up here and like, cause somebody told me one time in my chat, like, hey, why don't you give us the sauce instead of gatekeeping on how to get a man, and you over here talking about Shira 7. Like, okay, so you want me to lie to you and tell you that I know how to get you a man that's going to pay all your bills and he's making $3 million a year? Like, I like be real. Like, honestly, like it's a lot. And I do see why some people pivot to that type of content. But if I ever did decide to do something else, I would probably do like pop topics. You know what I'm saying? Hot topics, or I don't know, like fitness content. Like, it would be either one of those two things. Like, I wouldn't do I wouldn't do what they're doing. But I don't know. It's, yeah, like, I don't know. It just feels like sometimes, and I have so many Black women that are so beautiful and so intelligent, and that's what keeps me going. Like, the words that y'all say to me, like, it really, really means something. And I want y'all to know that it really means something. You may just feel like, oh, you're just saying something, but you're really not. It's like I'm a flower and you're watering me and you're helping me to stay alive and to keep on doing this and to not like give up, you know? So I just want to say that. But let me keep going here. I think the next person was Gabrielle, if I'm not mistaken, and then Kalandra.
Yeah, I just want to speak to number two about getting on coding. I mean, obviously, I do think that's important, but I also feel like any woman who's gonna pose for a picture with a man putting his boot on her back, I really do think she's too far gone. Like, I just don't think a woman who is doing that in 2025 can be saved. I feel the same way about the women who you said were attacking you on behalf of. I mean, I wasn't in your live this morning, so I don't know the specificities, obviously, but I feel like any woman who's attacking you on behalf of a man who's misogynistic and violent and threatening women, I don't think those women can be saved. Like, I just think at some point, I think male-centeredness really is a disease in 2025, and I don't think women like that who are very male-centered, I don't think they're gonna even value, what value like what other women are saying, like even other women who are genuinely trying to reach them and trying to help them. I mean, it in this day and age, there's just so much stuff out there to where about males and the trajectory that a lot of them are collectively going, that being male centered is definitely a choice. And I just think everyone unfortunately cannot be helped, cannot, be saved. I mean, I actually have a personal example of this. So when I was in middle school, like I skipped school with this girl. She and I were like about the same age. I remember she and I like ended up going to these like guys' house, and like now as an adult, I know it's probably like almost like a human trafficking situation. And there were like these like older men there, and like I was like 12 years old at the time, and like I remember I gave her my glasses one time and I asked her like for them back later, and she told me she lost them, and like in hindsight as an adult, I don't think she lost them. But anyway, we were at the house and there's just something about the situation where like I kind of got a bad feeling about it. So I just like lied to everyone there. I just said, hey, I'm gonna go leave and get snacks and everything. And I never went back to the house. I called my aunt from the store. My aunt came and picked me up, and I was talking to someone about this like a few days ago. I was like, did I do the wrong thing by like leaving the other girl there? Because like as a kid, I did not know what human schmafficking was. I don't want to mess up the live. I didn't know that was what that was. Now knowing that now as 27, the person was telling me that like they were like, by the time that girl took you to those guys' house, like there were too many adults in her life who had failed her. I was like, well, like I came up with so many scenarios of stuff I could have done to, like as a 12-year-old, like to, not just like leave her in the house. But they were telling me like, no, there is literally nothing you as a 12-year-old child could have done. And they said that there would have had to have been like some intervention to, long before like she and I even like ditched middle school together. But I'm just using that as an example to say that everyone cannot be helped. I think adult women in 2025, if you are a grown woman and you are willing to attack another woman on behalf of a misogynistic man, then there's just nothing that can be done. Unfortunately, I know that sounds harsh, but I do think, like surrounding ourselves as women with like-minded women is the best antidote. Like I met Chalotam through your lives triggered, and she and I like DM all the time. Like I just think, male-centered women really do have to be left where they are. I do genuinely believe that they are just as dangerous as misogynistic men. I think that they will throw any woman under the bus for a crime of male attention. And even though I wasn't on your live this morning, obviously triggered, I am sorry to hear that you were threatened and, you know, attacked in that way, because that is not right. And yeah, I'll just land there.
All right, no problem, no problem. I appreciate you, Gabrielle, and yeah, I definitely appreciate you, and yeah, it's so unfortunate that I've experienced it before. Let me go up here to Kalandra. Yeah, I think you're next, and I'm gonna end this live, you guys, too, just so y'all know.
Nigga, I just want to say I'm so sorry that happened to you. I think that's really sad that women are out here being lied to like that. Because first of all, it's not even that many millionaires in America. And so the chance that you think that paying someone $20,000 for them to scam you, like I said, that's that third grade reading level. Because wait, y'all said people are out here paying money for courses to be a wife? Like, it's because I don't see stuff like that on my timelines. Like, is that $20,000?
I was saying that there these creators that do that, they make like to around 20 to 50K a month based on women paying them. Yeah, like there's one lady
So
right
like
now.
that third grade reading level. They not, but it's not though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that it's not that many millionaires in America. Like, I'm sorry, like I can't. I know people have third grade reading levels, but it's not enough millionaires for everybody to get one. Like, I can't. And then about your prompts, were you talking about the phone call when she was screaming about Ice Spice?
Yeah.
Yeah, she sounded like she was going crazy. I haven't.
All of those N words she was dropping was really making me mad.
I didn't see that part. I haven't really been keeping up with that. I've been keeping up with politics, but I did see some of the drama and stuff. Yeah, she's something else. But I blame the black men who date her. I feel like black men, when they date women of other races, they be cool with that. Like, I think this one black guy, he got on. I think one of y'all on this panel told me that they like to be called the N word with the hard ER. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's sad. Trigger, I'm really sorry that happened to you, but I really hope you don't pivot your content. I think you're amazing. I definitely think you're helping people, but I feel like some people just gotta learn how to love themselves. And yeah, you gotta learn how to love yourself. Like, I be seeing videos of women getting treated bad, and I just be like, love yourself. And like, to people who out here paying for a course to be a wife, all you gotta be is a woman who don't love herself, allow a man to treat you any kind of way. You'll get a man. I mean, you won't get a good man, but you'll get a man. But I just think that's sad, Trigger, and I'm really sorry that happened to you. But I don't know who Cartel Samuels is. I never heard of him.
Good. I'm glad you haven't. It would ruin your day. But yeah, I mean, y'all know the one, I forgot I talked about her before. The one lady, I think she's Indian though. She does a lot of like she's not married either, which I find is very weird for
Is
you
her
to be
name the
trying to.
Duchess?
No, her name is something else. She's Indian though. She's an attractive woman. She has long black hair. She's not married, but she's supposedly supposed to be helping women get married, and her coaching classes are for FaceTime is $4,000 for an hour. She said a lot of women take her classes $4,000 for 1 hour. And Ashley Dalton is $700 if I'm not mistaken for 15 or 30 minutes for a phone call. $700. I can't remember if it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes. But if you ask these women, they'll tell you that they are all about helping women, or Ashley Dalton all about helping black women. I have no idea how you could be about that. Charging that amount of money. Not saying that, content creating is not something that, you could be paid for, because it is hard work. But I think that right there is ridiculous. Like if you want to pay me, just watch a video and watch the ads through. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can't fathom ever doing something like that. I believe in what you go put out comes back to you in some way, form, or fashion. So you think you may be escaping, but you're not. And I just could never do that. Like for real. Yeah, I just couldn't. I've said this before. I've talked to people that have massive followings that have told me the ways to do things and the keys to success. And I've literally watched other people that have listened to them go on to have massive platforms as well that is way, way bigger than mine, way more lucrative. These people are able to literally buy a house cash out because of the fact that they listen to these people. And the only reason why I didn't listen, not trying to act like I'm better than nobody else, is just because I got morals, man. And I really only started doing this because I love black women and not for any other ulterior motives. But anyway, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I'm coming to some type of strange understanding or awakening right now in front of y'all eyes. So I just I don't know. I know that I love y'all and that will never change. So I just feel like I just gotta get a tougher skin, I guess. And understand that a lot of people times when you wanna be upfront and you want to protect black women because there's nobody there to protect black women collectively. If you're going to try to be one of the people to do that, then there are going to be a lot of like beatings that you take as you're trying to put your body in front of black women to protect them. So I just have to look at it like that. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate all of y'all that came on the live today. I don't know if anybody had any parting words to say. It looked like Zora unmuted herself. Did you have something to say, Zora?
I
Or
did, but
no?
you wrapping it up. I'm
Oh
going
no,
to
go
mute.
ahead, Zora. It's okay.
Well, I was gonna say two things. One is when you learn about the friendly fire, right? Like that's when you jump in front of the collective of black women and then realize that friendly fire, that the people who are getting you are the people behind you. Sometimes that's the pain, that's the fury, that's the rage, that's the grief, that's the sadness, is to understand to what degree that seeing yourself as part of the collective is you're having to kind of, for me, I'm speaking about myself, have to individuate. It was very, very, very painful. And then the second part was, do you remember Wife School? She it was a crazy black woman. Like she had, by crazy mean like her eyes were really crazy. She had a thing on Facebook. Like she had her name on Facebook. She literally had a wife school. Like it was, people were paying $1,000 to go to this wife school. It was all women and learning things, how to like propose to men, like learning, the submissive menus. Like I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. Let me see. Her name was like nobody. Anyway, it was really crazy. Maybe it was back in it was some years ago, but yeah, and she had a husband, girl proposed to men, like they practiced because there was no men in the class. But she had a husband and she was saying stuff like a woman doesn't work, but she had a whole business. It was giving Candace Owens a little bit like, how is you traditional but you never in a home? What's going on over here? And then her husband did get arrested. I forget her name, y'all, but yeah. You talking about a business.
Wow, crazy, crazy, crazy. And I wish I could say that I don't know who that person is that you're talking about, but I wish I could say I was surprised. You know? But did any of you guys else? I'll give you guys a minute if y'all had something to say.
I just want to say
Yeah.
something real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Miss
I'll
Chrissy,
wait for
baby.
Chilotem. She been waiting
Okay,
a
go.
lot.
Oh, okay, go
No,
ahead,
no, no, no,
Chilotem.
you can go. You can go. You can go.
You sure? Okay. No, I wanted to let you know that I really appreciate your lives. My job can sometimes be I'm the only woman at my job, and it's mostly white male. So you can probably guess psychologically what what a 10-hour shift can be like. And we're about to not get paid because of all the shutdown stuff. So I'm gonna be working for free 6 days a week. So I'm telling you, your lives definitely puts me in a space that I don't have the opportunity to be around most times. As far as black women or whatever, I have my friends, but they're all over the place. But day in, day out, 6 days a week, I'm I'm in this environment all the time. So I just want to let you know I'm so appreciative of all the effort you put into the work you do, how much you pour into Black women and give us so much grace. I understand the disappointment from after this live this morning. I definitely think there was a shift in energy. It felt very demonic. It probably carried over throughout the day. I'm not saying that that caused the live to be kind of weird, but you know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes that energy was very, it was definitely a really eerie vibe. But your husband, I like the way he came up and, you know, stood on business for you. I could tell he definitely loved you, and we really love your content. And of course, protect your peace. But I really, 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 my daughter listens to you. I just want you to understand how powerful your content is. And there are women that's listening, and they might not always come on the panels or type in the comments, but there's a lot of people listening. So I thank you for everything you do, and you do great work.
Thanks so much, Miss Chrissy, baby. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. That means a lot to me. Otam, you had something to say, sis?
Yes, ma'am. I was just gonna piggyback off of what Miss Chrissy Baby just said. I really do appreciate your channel, your TikTok account. I only even started posting consistently on TikTok because I was like, okay, I need to catch these lives when they happen and not just watch the playbacks on YouTube. That being said, thank you for the space. As an African girl living in America, I'm trying to learn the culture here. My boyfriend is Black American, so I'm really trying to immerse myself into the culture as much as I can. And I really do love his family. His family treats me even better than my own family. So I really do appreciate the space, like regardless of what we're talking about, because like I know topics usually bleed into each other. And I just hear the perspectives of other women and even women from, you know, from the UK or from any other place. So I really do appreciate that. And it kind of also encourages me to bridge the gap as much as I can, because I see the miscommunication and like the differences between the diasporas, and I try to, you know, be the one to patch it up as much as I can. And I can only do that if I hear from someone directly. If that, I don't know if I don't know if that makes sense. And I'm so sorry about what happened this morning. I wasn't here, but I'm sprinkling holy water in this space. Okay, we don't want any demonic energy around here. This is not the place for that. And just know that we will always be here. At least I can speak for myself. We'll always be here to support you. I'm really hoping YouTube doesn't like go out of business when I decide to start having children, because I plan to make my daughters watch your YouTube as well. So yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Chilotam. I just want to say I appreciate all of you ladies. Honestly, I really do. And like I said, I appreciate the words that you say, and I even appreciate your perspectives and thoughts. Like some of you guys have said things and opened my mind up in ways that I was like, oh, I never thought about it like that. That's actually that's a good point she made. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that I respect all of you guys' opinions and things like that. And thank y'all so much. And I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. But once again, thank you to everybody that came on the panel today and, you know, expressed yourself and y'all thoughts and opinions. I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, with the exception of Q, you know, who I unfortunately had I had to block Yana. But other than that, you know, I really do appreciate all of y'all. And yes, and I also appreciated Supervillain's a song as always that she gives to bridge us together. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great rest of y'all evening. All right, y'all. All right. Sending
Bye.
y'all love. Bye bye.